Tonight on JG9 Live, two AFC East teams with their season on the line go at it under the lights at Hard Rock Stadium on Monday Night Football. Both these teams enter this game at 0-3. Only one time in NFL history has a team started 0-4 and made the playoffs. So safe to say, this is a must-win game for both these teams early on as we wrap up September. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins coming off that heartbreaking loss to Buffalo. Justin Fields and the Jets coming off that heartbreaking loss to the Buccaneers last week. Who will win this one under the lights? Stay tuned to find out right here on JG9 Live. All right, everybody. Happy Monday. We got two games today. I'm only calling this one, though. Long story short, Broncos-Bengals. I'll give you updates on that game. I'm just going to have that on one of my screens, but we are not calling that game because I have a concert to go to straight after this game is done, so there's no overtime tonight. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to a concert straight after this is done, hence why we're not doing Broncos-Bengals, and we are doing this game between the Jets and the Dolphins right here on ESPN. Pretty sure I got tuning in for this one. My name is cgiulianihpu. If you have never been to a JG, I have a stream for. How it works is like this. Fire one of the chat with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. Vote on that poll. Who do you think wins this game? I think it's the Jets or the Dolphins. I got the Suds. Oh, no, I'm good. My voice is a little bit shot, but I'm fine. I am fine. I'm seeing Jonas Brothers tonight. I'm seeing the Jonas Brothers. It was supposed to be yesterday, so I was like, I'm not going to go because it's on a football Sunday. I can't do that. But then after the Mercury forced a game 4, and then they ended up making the finals, they had to move the concert because the Mercury had a priority. So they moved it to Monday. So I'm like, let's do it. You know, this game's early. Let's do it. So appreciate all you guys being here. I do this thing every Thursday night called Live Band Karaoke, where every Thursday night I will sing a song with a live band. Not my band, but it is a live band, and anything goes. $50, I'll sing any song you want me to on the list. $25, we're going to spin the wheel and see which song is half off for this stream and this stream only. And obviously, a lot has happened in Major League Baseball as well. Melvin, I'm surprised he got fired. I think it's the right move. I'm surprised he got fired. Baldelli, look, I get why Baldelli got fired. I'm not saying he should have been fired, but then why would we give him the extension in the middle of the season? I don't get why they gave him the extension in the middle of the season. Pirates are a mess. Mendoza coming back, no surprise there. Lavella coming back, bit surprised about that, but we'll see what happens. 9-5 by Dolly Parton. 9-5 by Dolly Parton is the song that is half off for this stream and this stream only. Okay, so Dolly Parton is half off. Every donation also gets your question right away. Also counts toward you make the call. How many decide which game we are calling? You have today and tomorrow to decide on this one. Clemson, UNC, Air Force, Navy, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Kentucky, Georgia. But again, we have bonuses that apply if you were in the top 3 for leaderboard, have most time in front. So just keep that in mind. Everything counts as triple. So you know, $5 counts as 15, 10 counts as 30. You get the idea. So we're going to call one of those 4 games on Saturday at noon. Going to help me decide which game we're calling through your donations. And if you are a member, you can share us for Friday one of these teams using the emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for the Jets and the Dolphins. I should also note, tomorrow night, the game plan is we will do the Aces game. Aces Game 5 against the Fever. Tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern. We will do a members-only Q&A stream at 7. So members-only stream will be 7 o'clock. So we'll do that, and we'll do Fever Aces at 9:30. So just keep that in mind. Come on, man, for 15 months. I appreciate you, man. Mendoza inserts to be on short leash. They do, yeah. Nice to see him and Cohen take accountability. Yeah, Cohen at least was very, very remorseful on Twitter. It's something. I mean, at the end of the day, Cohen is a fan of the team. Cohen is a fan first, and he's going to make some moves. He's going to open up the wallet to make sure that is not happening again. How's it going? Hey, Chef. And we're Top Golf Thursday. Let's go. 42 of 50, 84 not my best. I guess so, right? Yeah, that's not bad. You know, that is not bad. Packers to the ball the 5 last time. The last play vote to you or the coach. I'm going for it. The 5-yard line, I'm going for it. Nats Romo calling the game? Yes, they are. Nats Romo calling the game. The Bengals right now, there's not a lot of draw with the Bengals without Burrow. Niners-Bucks is a phenomenal game on paper. You got 2 teams at 3-1, 2 teams that are some of the favorites go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, Niners-Bucks. The reason they flex that game is so that Nats Romo can do it. because the Bengals don't have a lot of appeal right now, and Patriots Saints is a crap game for 425. Parasite going for touchdown last night was insanity. I don't get the strategy. I just don't get the strategy. I really don't get the strategy that they had. Come on with a tour. I don't think opening the wall is going to help. We'll see. I mean, you get the bonus so far. As it stands, you get leader most time in front. That's a $40 bonus plus triple, and you got tomorrow as well. You got tomorrow as well for this one. So appreciate you, Gamana. Appreciate you a ton as always. I'll get you on. Yeah, John Mayer, awful news. Hopefully he's able to recover. Too much of a gamble? All good. Yep. Sometimes it do be like that. But yeah, with Neighbors being out and now Mara, I mean, that's awful. You never want to see anyone get cancer. It's a crap disease, and it's just awful for Mara. So hopefully he recovers all right. Since 2023, there have been 15 players, 52 homers, and 70 stolen bases. Anthony Volpe is one of them. I think they need to give him a lifetime extension then. Retire as never put in Monument Park. Let's go. 2 scoregamis this year. 3 of the teams involved have scored exactly 40 points. That's impressive. Find a nickel for every scoregami involving a 40-point game. Really hate these games are once on ESPN, once on ABC. I'm fine with it. Sports Array was flooded with calls from fans who want the 2-point conversion shooter in the NFL. Oh, I get it. You have a game like this that ends in that fashion, you know that it's going to be the talk. It's almost like whenever the World Cup happens, like I'm terrified in 2026 if the USA gets knocked down on PKs, all the talk on Sports Talk Radio is going to be, why are PKs a thing? You know that's going to happen. If the USA gets knocked down on PKs in the World Cup, it's going to be the same exact thing. Something else, that's good. At least there was something else. Right, he should not be running the team, but at the same time, I hope he's fully able to recover. Yeah, I mean, he'll have good healthcare, but I mean, there's only so much healthcare you can have in terms of your body shuts down. Yeah, there are 2 games today. This one's on ESPN. The Broncos game is on ABC. I'm assuming the Jets Dolphins on ABC if you are in New York or Miami and on ESPN, but not sure. You see original coverage like that? They used to. Packers, Patriots, Bears, Dolphins, back when the Marlins made the World Series. And they had to move the games to Monday night, and there were 2 games at once. Kamano, with it too, are US isn't hosting or qualifying? Well, we literally are hosting, and we literally qualified for the World Cup. I mean, if you want to, we already have the bet. If you want to go higher on the bet, I'll do it. Bad Bunny, I get it. I completely get it. 21 Pilots, there's too much overlap. Bad Bunny, you're going to get a huge international crowd. The people that like Bad Bunny and people that like the NFL are pretty much 2 distinct circles, 2 separate circles. So I get the move a lot. To do that. First player to score a touchdown in NFL history. Jim Thorpe? I'm going to go Thorpe on that one. I actually don't know. I'm going to guess Thorpe. Shootout-style kicker, period with kickers? No, I would not support that. Don't want a kicker shootout. I don't want one player deciding for something that takes up, like, a very small fraction of the game. I'm not crazy about PKs either for that reason. Amount of players have no idea their size is shocking. It really is. You would think they would know, but apparently not. You want me to be clear to play? Let's go. Now the Spurs have a shot. Yeah, 21 Pilots would be a good show, but there's too much overlap. Yeah, but the USA literally is qualifying for the World Cup, and they are hosting the World Cup. Right. He's a part of... So the reason that he said he's not going to perform in the US, but he is doing the halftime show, is because the audience that shows up to his concerts is very different from the audience that would be at the Super Bowl. So in terms of the raids, you wouldn't get the raids of the Super Bowl. That's basically what it comes down to. That's why it was a safety issue for a lot of his fans. So that, because I know a lot of people are talking about that, there's a reason why he's doing Super Bowl but not touring in America. In the United States, at least. Because he has a Puerto Rico residency. Lou Parlo, I would never have gone that. I think Puerto Rico should be a state, yeah. Yeah, for StarCraft, I'm sure Mexico, Spain. Yeah, exactly. Right, you get no overlap for that. I think you think the Dolphins are going to win. I know that. You think Miami's going to win this one. Yeah, we already have from a previous stream, we already have the $50 bet on the USA hosting the World Cup. Nothing's going to change. Probably used by Dolphins. I will say, I do kind of like them. I will say, they look a lot better on the field than in the photos. Different players kick field goals. Oh my God. Like rugby style with the tries and the conversions. Oh God. All right, let's do this thing. Dolphins in the black or blue, whatever you want to call it. Kickoff fielded, and we Start this game, Miami, to the 20, 25, 30, and a nice return out to the 34-yard line by Washington. Remember, the last game the Dolphins had started off with a great return by Washington. Got him near midfield, and this one going to get him out to the 34-yard line. Not too bad on kick in the landing zone. Off to college, guys. All good horizons. Appreciate you, man. 11 seats. It's an early game and like early start time. I think a lot of people might not know the game is it's at 7, not 8. Wait, see what's going on? Yeah. I think it could have been a lot worse. I think it could have been a lot worse. The numbers actually, the numbers look a bit cheap. The numbers, the Chrome numbers, I think they pop out a bit too much. Took play versus the Bills, Dolphins should have it. Well, they didn't play well against the Bills, but reverse play here. Achane stumbles. Looked like he had some space. Gain of 3 on the play. Down to the 37-yard line. The running game for Miami has not been there this year. 27th in the league in rushing yards, although oddly enough, they are top 3 in yards per carry. Achane last game, 62 yards on 12 carries. Different idea. The first quarterback kick a penalty shot wins. Wait, what? So we set up a goal? We set up like a soccer goal? And we just play soccer to the side? 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left, motioning over. Goes Waddle. Or excuse me. Trying to make the numbers out. Malik Washington. There's no outline. The numbers are tough to make out. I'm not going to lie. The numbers are actually kind of tough to make out. Gain of 2. And that is Achane. With no outline, the numbers are actually very hard from afar to make out. So we're going to try our absolute best with this. Because the outline, I don't know who thought the idea for green on green. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to have a green outline for green numbers. I know my school had a red outline for red numbers. So that's a bad idea. For a soccer shootout? Okay. Well, 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. All right. I'm going to be the richest man in the world after this. Cross throw in the middle, and that's down roll of the tight end down to the 47-yard line. We just have to be clearly distinct. All right. All right. We'll do that at the commercial break, Amana. We'll do that at the commercial break. Why we should not have a soccer shootout with quarterbacks to do PKs to the side overtime. Limiting ties to regular season, I'm fine with ties. I'm fine with them. But Darren Waller, coming out of retirement, acquired from the Giants. It's been a slow start to the season for Waller. That's his first grab of the year. First grab in quite some time. Tua, pressure. Scrambles out, checks it down, and it's incomplete. Was looking for his running back, Ollie Gordon, the 6th-round pick, and it's broken up over the middle of the field. He had double hair today. Yep, this game starts early. Gives you some having one player climb the aggro crack from guts. The game is on My 9 and then CBS for Miami. Oh, okay. My 9 usually does some of the games. It's either W Picks or My 9 that usually does the games. Look over Texas, it's Bob and Lewis. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Broken up on the play by Jamie and Sherwood. The 50-year man. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. In the pistol, here is Tua. Hands it off up the middle. And it's going to be a gain of about 3. Down to the 44. 3rd and 7 here. You wonder if it's 4-down territory. You're 0-3. You're across the 50. Are you treating this like 2 plays to get 7 yards? They're in 7. Can we went through a commercial break? Oh, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of reasons. Trips to the bottom. 1 to his right. Tua takes the snap. They send 5 this time. Gets rid of it on the comeback round. It's caught by Tyreek Hill. First down the 35-yard line. Gain of 9. Real start early today. That makes sense. So we get started close to says a short sample size makes a tie in the NFL viable option. Yeah, I'm fine with ties. I'm fine with ties. Dolphins are favored over the Panthers next week. I mean, they'll be favored in 3 of the first 5 games. That is impressive. Black jerseys, I think they could work. The outline sucks of the numbers. I think the jersey right now, the problem with the jersey numbers, green on green outlines are just not good. You can't make out the numbers. I think green on like a white outline, if I think the outline was white, the jersey would be a lot better. They're going to fake the reverse to Hill, screen pass to Achane, and he overthrew the screen. What on earth was that? Mac Jones later with you is Monday night. Yep, or Thursday night. Oof. I do not want to watch Mac Jones in primetime. How's it going, Michael? Over here today. Frankly, with you as well, my man. Appreciate you. At one point, I was against the Colts. I had the Colts winning that one. It's funny. I'm 4 for 4 on the Colts. I'm 4 for 4 on the Colts this season. I've got every Colts game right. Orange outline. You could do orange outline. Green on orange, you could do that. Just not green on green. Green on orange, green on white. Just not black, not green. Because it's almost impossible to make out the jersey numbers. That color looked green to me. I don't know, like a tealish. Screen pass, caught behind the line. H-Jan. Line up as a wide receiver there to the 29-yard line. Call it 3rd and 4. Well, the outline's not green. The outline's like a navy blue. Fields out for tonight. Fields is playing. Fields, from what I can tell, is playing. Yes, some orange on the jersey. Yeah. 3rd and 3. Long drive here from Miami. Tua, 3-step drop, slam pass, tight coverage, incomplete. Brandon Stevens on the stop. I was trying to do a go route to Adrian 3 times on dumb decision. I'm not done with the dumb decisions yet. So NKC, we're not done with dumb decisions yet. There's still plenty more I have to get to. I just don't have enough time. But there's still plenty more. Like the Steelers one, that's going to be a dumb decision. Nice pass break up there by Stevens, guard from the Ravens. And they will send their kicker out for the field goal. Riley Patterson, the former Jaguar kicker. He's part of that team in 2022. Doesn't have the strongest leg. This one from 47. Anything outside 50 is kind of tough for him in terms of distance. 47, though, right down the pipe. And the Dolphins get on the board first with an early 3-0 lead. So I said upcoming one? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Okay, so why is a penalty shootout with quarterbacks a bad idea for that? So number one, if you do that, you have to set up lines on the field to mark where the goalie box is, where, if you ever see a high school football field, no, that wasn't PI, he got there cleanly. You ever see like a high school football field with all the lines they got on it? For football and soccer, if they share the field. You ever see one of those fields? That would look ugly in the NFL. There's so many lines. You know when you play on a field and there's too many lines, it's tough to tell, like anything? You would need to set up a field. How's it going, guy? You would need to set up a field. You need to set up all the lines on the field for a goal. You need to set up all the lines on the field for a goal. It would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare. Number two, ESPN's not working. This is just good out there. Appreciate you, Tony. That's how it's not working, but appreciate tuning in. Number two, having quarterbacks kick the ball to determine who wins a game is not part of football. Like, it's almost like deciding a baseball game by having pitchers shoot a 3-point shootout. Like, why are we combining sports for no reason with this? It makes no sense to combine sports. Number three, make the quality of play worse because it means less practice time. You have a certain number of practice times. You can only practice a certain number of times. Now, quarterbacks are going to have to practice field goal kicking. Or not field goal kicking, soccer kicking. Have to practice that. And goalies have to practice goalie practice for these situations. And what that means is that if you do that, there's going to be less time for the quarterbacks to practice on offense and players to practice, if they're the goalie, to practice their position, which means the quality of play gets a lot worse. The quality of play gets a heck of a lot worse. Number four with that is storage space for these stadiums. Storage space. You have to fit in a goal, and they have to wheel the goal out. It's going to take too much time to wheel the goal out from the closet, where the storage closet is. You have to wheel out 2 goals. We're going to delay the game by line. They have to make sure the goals are set, make sure the goals are regulation, make sure all that. It's going to be a 30-minute delay. This is something that Kamana proposed. I'm trying to show why it's a bad idea. Kickoff here in the end zone. Going to take it out. Ooh, that's a bad decision. It's going to be at the 35-yard line. Instead, they're going to be well shy of the 35. And there's a flag on the play to make things worse. He was in the end zone. Like, he could have taken a knee, but does not. And the Jets will not have good field position here. So it's going to take too long in between the OT and setting up the goalie, the goals. It's going to be way too long to do that. Number 5, injury risk. Injury risk in terms of diving for the ball. I mean, on the MetLife turf, you want people diving for the ball. You want quarterbacks as goalies diving for the ball and taking hard shots to the elbow. You're going to have more injuries take place as a result of this. Proposal is to have quarterbacks kick penalty kicks to decide ties. Fields should be starting, yes. Should be starting. Yeah, I think it's crazy enough just crazy enough to work. Yeah, so holding on the play. This is going to come back for the Jets. It's even worse. Yeah, block in the back. Penalties declined. And then there's a crapback block. So, just going to have really bad starting field position. I haven't discussed it because Gamani will give me $1 for every Gamani's giving me $1 for every counter argument I make to it. I remember that moment, Mark Juan. I remember that one. Said, but nice hockey kept the owner's in booty race. So Jets, they could have had it at the 35-yard line. They had the ball in the end zone. Instead, they're going to have this ball inside Miami's 15-yard line here. Going to mark it at the 13. Bad Bunny doing half that show? I'm fine with it. I'm not a huge Bad Bunny fan, but it makes a lot of sense. The overlap is not a lot. You're going to get a lot of ratings for this. Him on the middle on the first play. It goes to Brees Hall down to the 19-yard line. QB arm punt to decide the winner. Another bad reason for that. Do we want potential playoff spots and coaches getting fired off of a quarterback's ability to kick? The injury risk again. I mentioned for diving, but a second injury risk for kicking the ball, because quarterbacks don't have like good leg strength, relatively speaking. Come on with the fire. Appreciate you, man. Okay, 1 at MetLife to see where the Red Bulls play. So we're gonna change the what? Head off here to Braylon Allen. First down, breaks a tackle down to the 29th, where he's sticking down the play by a few guys, including Jack Jones. Okay, I get cringe, but is it that much worse than ties? Yes. Soccer is basic. I don't know about that. But wait, so if a game for the Jets or the Giants goes into overtime, we're going to just move the game to the Red Bull Stadium in the middle of the game. Scrambling Fields will run out of bounds at the 36-yard line, gain of 7. And they go, well, this looks like more money. Yeah, we're not changing the stadium in the middle of the game. That would make no sense. Why are we changing the stadium in the middle of the game? Like, so all the fans that bought tickets, you have 80,000 fans in the stadium that bought tickets for a Giants game. And now you have to fit in an arena of 25,000. And you have to get everyone to go over, reroute all the parking, all the traffic patterns and whatnot. Have everyone in there. It's going to be a bloodbath to try and get seats for that. So you're going to have 55,000 fans who bought tickets to watch a game not be able to watch the full game. Hand off here, gain of 4, first down. So you'd have that, Gamana, with that. Also, Harrison is not close to East Rutherford, relatively speaking. It's not like it's across the street. It's not like it's the Ice Out Center. It's a bit of a hike. It's like 20-minute drive. Fans been watching on the Jumbotron? I think there'd be lawsuits with that. There will definitely be lawsuits with that I bought tickets to a game and I can't watch the entirety of the game because we're moving venues. Also, it would take way too long to move the venue to another. Then what if there's a booking conflict with Red Bull Arena? But Sports 2, here's the idea of stuff wrong with ties. I'm with you there. I'm with you. I'm fine with ties. I am fine with ties. First down for Fields. First pass of the game. It's an out route. It's not the best throw, but Hall makes a nice adjustment and makes the grab. Number 20 on the catch and number 20 on the takedown. That's Jordan Brooks. On the stop, but Brees Hall makes the grab for a gain of 5. Brings up second down. Yeah, so there'll be lawsuits with that one, Gamana. Take the game and push it somewhere else, yes. Yeah, Dizzy's very stingy, yeah. Dizzy is very stingy with that. And then the games would not end, like, okay, so what happens if it's a Sunday Night Football game? Sunday Night Football game ends at, overtime is done by midnight, 12:30. I mean, the last night's game was done by 12:30. Now we're going to move to Red Bull Arena, and they're going to be able to do it, like 2:30 in the morning? We're going to finish the game at 2:30 in the morning? That'd be insane. Head over the middle to Allen. Allen breaks one, cuts up the field to the 40-yard line. That's a first down. Braylon Allen and Brees Hall running the ball very, very well so far. Just a practice, players do it. Dolphins uniforms hard to get used to. I thought they're playing the Jaguars. Yeah, I don't like the outlines. Gain of 15 and a first down. Same field, quarterbacks are usually a home run derby. Okay, how are you playing baseball in a football stadium? You bet your 20 has to go through the uprights? Okay, so we're going to have guys blow their arms out? We're going to have guys blow their arms out pitching. You want quarterbacks to get Tommy John surgery? You want every quarterback to get Tommy John surgery? Because that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Man in motion here is Wilson. Fields scrambling. Will get to the 35-30. First down, 25, and slides down the 22-yard line. Jets running hard on the Dolphins right now. They're inside the top 10 this year in rushing yards and yards per carry. Miami's run defense poorest this year. 4th from the bottom rushing yards allowed. Bottom 10 in yards per carry allowed. You're seeing why with plays like this. A machine does? Oh, that's going to help the rigging accusations. That's going to help the rigging accusations. Yeah, that's going to help. Yeah, NFL, is it rigged? Yeah, the machine went a mile an hour faster, 5 miles an hour slower for one team versus the other. Or this one was off center. Like, how? Like, that's gonna help. Keeps it on the read option. The Jets have only thrown once this drive, and it's working out just fine for them. Drive start inside their own 15. What I missed, some weird proposals for overtime. Changes, I'll put it that way. Some weird changes for OT. I can't play games until someone scores again. Part of it's TV. Part of it is TV. Maybe not for Sunday football, but part of why they do it is because if it's a 1 o'clock game, it would go on till like 5:30, 6 o'clock. If it's a doubleheader, the networks were not like that. The networks were not like that. Like if you're stuck watching, let's say, a 2-win team against a 3-win team in December, and you can't get to the second game, the bigger marquee game, because, like, let's say the Bills, as Allen gets done. Let's say the Titans play, I don't know, Titans play the Saints. And at 1 o'clock, the Bills play the Eagles at 4 o'clock, 4:25, and it's a doubleheader on that same network. Titans, Saints, if that goes on forever because no one scores, and you can't flip out of a game early, and no one is able to watch Bills, Eagles, that'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty bad. Brees Hall, he hasn't been the same since the injuries. It's just since the injuries. Yeah, I mean, he was good as a rookie. 3rd and 5. You have 15 minutes? I'm fine with 15 minutes. I'm fine with 15-minute OT with these rules. I'm fine with that. I'm not opposed to that, actually. Ball to 17. They're going to give it up the middle. And where did the knee come down? I think he got the first that he did. First carry of the game for Isaiah Davis. Everyone getting a carry this game so far. So 4 different Jets throwing the ball on this drive. They've only thrown the ball once. We also get NBA OT where it goes like 3 overtimes. Yeah. Jets score some bro. It's a jet by Paul McCartney in the wings. Same deal. Okay, we'll do that at the commercial break. We'll do that commercial break. Give the Vikings an automatic win every time they go to OT. I'm fine with that as long as the Jaguars get an automatic win too. 2 at the top. That 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Motioning over as a blocker is Mason Taylor. Son of Jason Taylor. And they have a timeout here. Did they delay of game or did they get the timeout in time? They did not. Saga rid of PK shootouts? Yes, I'm not a PK shootout fan. I think it's insane that you could win a game with 0 shots on goal. I think you should have to score. I think it should be the first to score in soccer wins. I think it should be goal and goal, and every 10 minutes you take a player off until it gets 7-on-7. That's what I think overtime should be in soccer. For knockout games. And obviously I'm talking about ties in soccer. I don't like PK shootouts. I don't like the idea that you can win a game without scoring. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Fields, for just the second time today, going to throw. They're going to get a face mask. This is going to be against the Dolphins. This is a face mask. Miami's pointing, Seiler's pointing in the direction of hold, but I think Fields, he got his face mask yanked as he escaped the pocket. I think that, yeah, hands to the face. Yep, there it is. There it is. Automatic first down. Yep. Those are the bots. They're there. Yeah, no, I called it as it happened, Summer. Oh, yeah, and Phillips. It was actually 2 guys. It was Jalen Phillips knocking the helmet off, and then he grabbed a hold of Fields. He touched the helmet on that. Right, my team's holiday panic. Yeah. I just don't like the idea, like, the MLS Cups between Seattle and Toronto was won with Seattle not having a single shot. Yeah, better than most of Nukem. Yep. The okay Pikachu is like NASL early MLS. Yeah, at least it's not like a standstill at that point. At least it's not like totally a guessing game. Handoff gain of 4 to the 7-yard line. These are underrated. You could say that. You could say that. Most obvious hands to the face ever. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Current PK should just guess and luck to some extent. Yeah, there was some skill involved, but I don't like the fact that it's almost like in baseball, if you can win a game without scoring a run. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like soccer is the one sport you can win without scoring. One at the bottom, one at the top. Back to his left. Andrew Beck, the fullback lineup as a blocker. Hand up the middle. Breaks one, dives to the pylon. Ball comes out! Ball comes out. Now, was Braylon Allen down? Did the ground cause the fumble? As it stands, it's Dolphin football. As it stands, it's Dolphin football. And a heartbreaking way to end that drive for the Jets. But was that ball, was it caused by the ground? Braylon Allen? Peanut punch, that's legit. That is legit. What a peanut punch. What a peanut punch as Allen trying to dive for the goal line. Jack Jones forces it. Jack Jones on the peanut punch. And the Dolphins will take over inside the 10-yard line. That ball is out. The peanut punch. Absolutely masterful. And a long drive for the Jets. They're running it down their throats. Will end with nothing. Dolphins get it back when we get back. All right, so the pitching machine idea. All right, let's do the pitching machine idea. So it's Dolphin ball at the 7-yard line. Holy cow. What a start to the game for the Fish. JSC Jets, yes. Yeah, more peanut punches. Yeah, the Jaguars are being very good at that. No team has ever made the playoffs if it's starting 0-4. This is from California. Yep, there's only... Yeah, but you're not... No one thought the Jets were going to make the playoffs this year. You're not doing this for 1 year. It's not like the Jets are in win-now mode. You're doing it for the long haul. Okay, so in terms of the pitching machine, $1 for every reason why that's a bad idea. Okay, number one, what happens if the machine breaks? What happens if, let's say, a batter hits the ball on that. Batter hits the ball. And it's a line drive. And it hits the machine. What happens then? And now the machine's busted. Number two, robots aren't perfect. They're not perfect with these pitches sometimes. They're not perfect. There's always going to be some sort of... There's always going to be some sort of wind to calibrate. There's going to be some sort of... issue with that. The other thing, too, with Fields gets benched with Tyrod, I'm going to say fiction. At least for this game. I think at some point Tyrod will be. So that actually shows up on super teams. So like, yeah, I do not. I like the fact we're welcome to end from PKs. I'm with you there. I'm with you. Jackson margin unsustainable. Yeah, we're doing peanut punches. It's not like... So here's the thing. The turnover margin, yes, unsustainable. Unsustainable. But it's not like the Jaguars are forcing these turnovers in the red zone. So it's not like the Jaguars are allowing a crap ton of yards. It's not like the Jaguars are like fifth from the bottom in yards allowed. They're getting stops. And they just happen to be getting turnovers. So is he missing? Yeah. The tornado sirens start going off. Ball the 4-yard line for the Dolphins. So yeah, the turnover rate, yeah, we're not going to be forcing 3 a game. That's unsustainable. I'll give you that. I will 100% give you that. Hand off here, and we'll get 1 yard. That's it. I think that's Gordon on that one. Just use tongue. So we're going to use a human. Okay, what if they're 2 overtime games at the same time? What if they're 2 OT games at the same time? We can't put them in 2 places at the same time. The other thing, too... Yes, Sound Cal is a judge, yes. Peanut punch suits through the Jets' weakness. How to build a storm, yep. That's the first takeaway from Miami this season. So we have to check they did with it. Oh, yeah. They got that in Kansas. They got, like, every Wednesday at, like, 10 o'clock where one of my friends lives. To the top, one the bomb back to his left. Tua out route. That one's caught. Tyreek Hill close to the line to gain. His second grab of the day. And I think they're going to mark it half a yard shy. Now they give him the good spots. First down. Fish gets some breathing room. Okay, the number 3 with that Mata. Number 3. In terms of counter arguments. What happens if one team is playing into the win, the other team is not? What happens if the wins are unpredictable? What happens if that happens? We're going to decide a game based on wind to some extent, just by sheer happenstance. 18 yards allowed, 13 in yards per possession allowed. Yeah, that's middle of the pack. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think part of that too, remember the Panthers game, the fourth quarter, the Panthers got a lot of yards because it was garbage time. Hand off on the stretch to HN, he'll get 6. So I will say with that, a lot of the yards came from the Panthers game in week 1. That's how walk-off field goals work. Not really, because you're picking a side. There's strategy in picking a side. You're not picking a side with the home run derby. Everyone's going on the same side. Or not juggernauts, right. But we're getting a lot of sacks. That's sustainable. On the original OT, will semi ties happen? 15 minutes of sudden death? I think... I want to say... 14. Handoff up the middle. First down, HN to the 30, and that's where he's brought down by the legs. By Isaiah Oliver. But there was a flag on the play. I like the avatar. I do like the avatar. Mention my idea how to break ties. You have not. Holding on the offense, so that 10-yard gain is coming back. The Dolphins will now be behind schedule on this one. 2nd and 14. Filter out noise if I limited data to merely plays and drives in one position. Yeah, that would help. Because the Panthers game, the fourth quarter, the Panthers had some big chunk plays. Yes. That's a big chunk plays in the fourth, but again, the game was over by that point. Let me get this spot. Don't worry. You're always excited where they're on half the field. Come on with 3. Here's your paycheck. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. It's going to help toward Michigan, too. Going to help toward the Michigan game. I got the bot. Hang on. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second. I got the bot. Guys coming hot today. I appreciate you guys a ton. 2nd and 9. Middle of the field caught by Tyreek Hill. His 3rd grab of the day. Getting involved in this offense last week. And he had that drop pass deep down the field, but he did score a touchdown in that game, and they'll get the yardage back. They lost on the hold. It's a first down for Miami, right around the 33-yard line. Or 27, I should say. 27-yard line, I should say. That should take us to the end of the quarter. Michigan's coming back in this one, too. They mention later tonight and fight the Reds the whole time. All right. Well, we're not doing overtime tonight. I'm hopping off as soon as this game is done. I'm hopping off. I got to go to a concert. So convinced for the game? Probably not. Adam Gase, that's a different story. The Dolphins had a coach that did that. The Dolphins had a coach that did cocaine before. Should I start to slide? Yes. He'll learn. He'll learn on that. He'll learn. He's very aggressive. Magic, you should win number 1. You should. As it stands, you're in a very good spot to win number 1. Which means $40 bonus. Well, 20 for leader, 20 for most time in front. And that would get Michigan in a pretty good spot going into the final day. How's it going, Nate Dog? Appreciate you, man. And again, the song for $25 is 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does help us out. Tell the channel, trying to go to screen even more. We got emojis in the chat. Tomorrow, members-only stream will be at 6:30. Wait, hang on. Let me figure this out. Okay, here's actually what we're going to do. Members only stream at 6:30. We'll do a Q&A overtime at 8. And then at 9:30, we'll do the Aces Fever game. Forgot the concert, everyone's hit me up with food chat. All good? All good. So that's what we'll do. Members only stream at 6:30. 7:50, 7:45-ish, we will do an overtime stream. If I vote this final score. Would that be Scoregami? That would have to be Scoregami, right? Enjoy the concert. Appreciate you. 9 to 5 is not Scoregami. Oh my god. 9 to 5 would not be Scoregami. That's actually happened twice before. I don't believe it. Colts, Jets, 84. Of course it was the Jets. You know what it will be? We got a Hundo Jack to do the Fever game. We got a Hundo Jack to do Fever Aces game 5. You have Flex, Patriots, Saints, Flex to 1 for $9. Makes a lot of sense. 425 game, obviously Bengals not really appetizing right now without Joe Burrow. And yeah, we'll do MLB on Wednesday. That'll be Wednesday. How many NFLs in doping scandals like baseball recycling? Oh, they did. Oh, back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, it was bad. Every player was on cocaine. Back in the 80s, it was bad. Oh, they've had scandals. The 80s, there was so much trouble with the NFL because all the players were doing coke. I get that, Kevin. I get that. One game down 4-2. Iowa football will do that at some point. Thoughts on Fitz today? They run the ball well. Just have to stop the run. The problem is that they're not stopping the run. The Jets are moving the ball down the field with ease. The peanut punch was cool, but again, Fields only had to throw one pass today. Like, the Jets are staying ahead of schedule, which should be very concerning for Miami, that they're able to just go down their throats right now. Feel terrible for neighbors? I do too, yeah. Tua, play action. Hill is fourth grab of the day to the 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline and pushed out of bounds to the 46-yard line by Brandon Stevens. And the pass breakup on the first drive. Dolphins started inside their own 5, and now they are across the 50 just like that. Tua looking sharp so far, and Tyreek Hill, his fourth grab of the day. Hill, 15 catches his first 3 games, so averaging 5 per game. He's already got 4 here. Most saying Lamar's out for the season? 9. I would say 9 on that one. There were no trainers working with him. I don't even know, like why was he not putting anything on his on himself? Stewart bobbles the snap and then gets kicked around. And Ollie Gordon falls on that. Wow. Wow. Tua can't handle the snap. Wasn't the prettiest snap, but Tua can't handle it. And then it goes off the foot of Ollie Gordon, and Gordon falls on it after kicking it to himself. Yeah, it's already second quarter. Yes, it is. Well, the teams are running the ball well. Doing 25 cents per reviewer gives a good reason to retain him. Okay. It's game number 4. No one would want to go to the Jets afterwards because they fired Salah last year. You'd be on your 4th coach in 12 months. Screen pass caught behind the line. Washington makes one-man miss and then gets brought down at the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. You know, it's also heading 4-2. Right. No coach has ever been fired 4 games into his first season. No coach has ever been fired 4 games into his first season. Right. The NBA had worse. Yeah. Yeah, Len Bias. Yeah, that was awful. Jets would suck with any coach. He's holding guys accountable. Glenn is holding guys accountable. He has not lost the locker room. The players love playing for him so far. The Dolphins and Jags are 10th. There you go. Yep. See, that's more like it. That's top 10. That's fine. They send 4, going deep, open, caught by Waddle. Waddling his way down to the 21-yard line. Michael Carter on the stop, and it's a gain at 25 and a first down. Well, where's the Charles Morehouse on his hit list? I know McMahon. I don't know who else, but a 3rd down conversion. What time is it tomorrow? I got to do Steelers. Steelers and I think 49ers, unless something happens during one of these 2 games, because that'll take priority. But Steelers are going to be tomorrow for sure. Second of the 9 biggest clubs in history. I get it. Your question did... rank this nearest 6 bowl based on aesthetics. Ooh. Rose Bowl's number 1. That's easy. Rose Bowl's 1. Peach Bowl's 6. Behind the back flip to Washington. Are you kidding me? To the 20, 15, down to the 13. That is one of the sickest games of 8 you're ever going to see in your life. Behind the back. I'm on with $1.50. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. Oh my God. But I've never seen that. He flipped it behind his back. I have never seen that in my life. In an NFL game. Tua flipped the ball behind his back on a design reverse. That was insane. Wow. So I can sign off. I don't know. Head on the middle to the 10, and H-Chan goes down, or Gordon goes down to the 6. Gain of 7 and first down. Yeah, Sugar's 2, Orange 3. Peach is 6. Fiesta 4, Cotton 5. That counts pass? No. It was backwards. It was backwards. Gans get fired. He probably will, yes. He could. His seat is going to warm up. But come on, also you have to think about it in terms of the Jets with Glenn. You got to think about it as, if you fire a coach now, what coach is going to want to go to the Jets at that point? If you got a guy that's going to, an owner or GM that's going to pull the trigger after 4 games for no reason, for a team that had no expectations this year, is Gordon gets nothing on the handoff, brings up 2nd and goal. It makes no sense. When we say if it happens on stream, how will I react? I don't know. I don't know. I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind on that. This drive started inside their own 5-yard line. So far, so good for Miami as they're going down the field. 10.5 to go in the first half. Tua, he's missed one throw this game. That's it. He threw a screen pass too high. Other than that, been pretty much perfect. The second throw he missed was a pass breakup. Hits his man on the flat, HN, out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Gain of just 1. Nice tackle there by Stevens. The Tua's missed 2 passes this game. One of them, good pass breakup. The other one, a bit too high on the screen pass. Other than that, he's been magnificent. Woo, that's a lot of bots at the same time. Bring the Birmingham Stallions to take their place. Yeah, that would work well. That would work well. Team that's averaging like 12,000 fans a game. That's stadium issues. What streams tomorrow? Members only stream. Fox Stream will show 90 of the graphical Jets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, speaking of graphics that age poorly. 95 Angels, 05 Mets, 7 Mets. I get it. One of the top, 2 at the bottom. Tua. Out route incomplete. Broken up on the play. Batted down there by Sherwood. I think Quinn Williams also was in on that. We'll see if the Dolphins go for it here. The Jags go from 10th to 70th with similar roster as UGA. Campanelli's really good. Campanelli is fiery. I love the guy. Remember this fair chat 1 KOC 5 0 so towards ACL? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Believe me, I'll let you know when a coach should be fired. I'll let you know when a coach should be fired. Callahan should be fired. Members only, yeah, so members only stream at, we'll call this play first. Because they're going for it. I get it. Make it a 2-score game, I get it. You're on a long drive, defense is tired, I get it. Go for it here at the 5-yard line. Do a low snap. Second bad snap of the day, going back in the end zone. And did he get the foot in? He did! Touchdown, Miami! Touchdown, Miami! Darren Waller! Welcome back to the NFL! 2-score game, Miami goes for it. It's the right call even if they didn't get it. It's a long drive. Hit him inside the 5 if you don't get it. Let's double check, make sure. That's his second grab of the day. First foot in. Second foot. You betcha. Has control all the way. Doesn't lose the ball. That's a touchdown. And Darren Waller caps off a 9-minute, 96-yard drive with his first touchdown since October 22nd of 2023. So the extra point is good. 10-0 Miami. Tua looking great on that drive. Unk still got it. Yep. Darren Waller. For the first time since he was a New York Giant. He now has as many touchdowns with the Dolphins as he has with the Giants. Need 9.05 more to win my match? You could. You could get that. If you like what you see, accept like button, subscribe, helps the channel a ton. Where was I saying? Oh, yeah, the streams. Put the Jets down like this, Phil, so start making mistakes. Yep. It's huge. That is absolutely huge. 2 drives, 2 scores. The only thing I will say with the Jets is that they ran the ball with ease, and usually that's pretty sustainable. Running the ball, if you can run down their throats and win in the trenches, it's pretty sustainable. Kind of wrapping, yes. So the streams tomorrow. Members only stream at 6:30 Eastern. Q&A overtime at 7:50 Eastern. Fever Aces Game 5, 9:30 Eastern. You had 0 fan sports goods today. Yeah, you have all Dolphins on your team. What if some of the Chiefs had a helmet catcher calls was on the call? You remember that episode of South Park where Randy says he saw a ghost? Dolphin song is their actual fight song. Actual fight song. Miami has the Dolphins' greatest football team. I think Darren Waller is like a decade younger than Clay. He is 33. Clay is 39. No MLB, we got a hundo jack to do it. We're going to do baseball on Wednesday, Jacob. But we got a hundo jack to do Fever Races. So we're doing WMAB semifinals game 5 for the right to take on the Mercury in the finals. So we got a hundo jack. Otherwise, we would probably be doing baseball instead. But we got a hundo jack. And in addition, get rid of the New Balance ad. Get rid of the NFL car wash ad first. I don't want South Park. Alright, then I'll just show you the image. I'll show you the image then. A mega hot take, fire away. Yeah. Basically this. If the helmet catch happened with Mahomes, basically that. That's all I gotta know. Can we do is there a bracket challenge on ESPN? I actually don't know if there is a bracket challenge. How Jack work for a sport like cricket or Aussie rules football? Yes, it can. It can interfere with football. So you can take off an NFL game or a college game. But other than that, I know Jack works. I know Jack works for everything. Can you do bracket challenge for baseball? Postseason challenge. You can do a bracket. Oh, okay. So more on the halftime show? I don't know. Yeah, you see that on Jeff. Okay, you can do bracket challenge. All right, I'll put a link up to a group. I'll set up a group. I will set up a group. Kick off your field at the goal line and take it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Brought down to the 26-yard line. Yeah, that's anytime he does anything. I love the Instagram account that just does impressions. I love the Instagram account that just puts Collinsworth like the strangest situations. Yeah, weird to a backward stand-up earlier when the South Park just showed if it was Holmes. Yes. Every one team that isn't located, say they represent, has to add of insert whatever town they're located into their name and merch. So New York Giants of New Jersey. That wouldn't be confusing at all. So if a stoppage here, holy cow, 2 bots at the same time. Afternoon NFL behind Jack? No. No. Afternoon Hundo could not work. You could do a morning game though. Hundo Jack for a morning game, that's allowed. So if there's, because we're not doing any of the European games. If the game's below West South Farley, yes. Yes, I will. So I should note, Hundo Jack can apply for a European game. So if, let's say, you want me to do an early London game or a game in Europe, Hundo Jack would work for that, as long as it's not the Jaguars-Rams game. Recover from an 84? Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? From an 84? That's definitely. P. Carroll, so Nacho Cheeto? Yeah, not yet. He's going. The leash is short at this point, though, I would think. Leash is very short at this point. So far, so good in this game. Will Daniel Jones be safe to land season? I think so, unless he loses the locker room. Oh, you're good, RFK. You're good. You're good. New York, it's northeastern New Jersey in exchange for Staten Island. What? So then everyone will have to change their license plates and their zip code and their address, and that's a lot of money for Jaguars game. No, Jaguars game can't do it. So for the Jets to Justin Fields. 500 for Jaguars stream. Nah. You believe me, it's not. I just couldn't do it. My heart would not be able to handle it. It would not be able to handle it. Pete needs to retire. Pete Alonso's not retiring. Pete Alonso's not retiring. He's gonna get a contract. I think the D-backs are gonna sign him. Fields so far has thrown one pass. He's 1 for 1. Right, so after the injury timeout, Allen is the injured player. So Braylon Allen, again, they had 4 different players carry the ball that first drive. You know that Chad treated like I'm not streaming? I could do that, yeah. How did you have for test cricket? Not test cricket. The sport cannot be more than 6 hours. I think D-backs, we don't need to play, just want to watch reaction. I've done D-backs games. I've done D-backs games. That's fine. I've done a lot of D-backs games. The Jaguars are a different breed. Jaguars are a different breed. Well, you have to make a cut of the donors, but I did make a good amount because of you guys. See, talking about Nico Collins against Smoke him, I did see that. Yeah, Snead is so bad. What a horrible trade that was for the Titans. And then I'm with you, Isaac, on. I'm with you on that one, Isaac. Pete Carroll. Oh, I thought I meant Pete Alonso. Pete Carroll, yeah. Now, was that a fumble? They're looking at this now. No, the helmet's down. He's down by contact. He's down by contact. The ball is still in him. Yeah, the ball was still in him. The helmet was on the ground. He was down. How Jack for F1? I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Could be like bowler bowls and sick where people in the sense of died. Well, T20 I would do. I would do T20. I would do T20 cricket. That's fine. Test cricket now. Have I overturned that because the helmet was down? The runner was very clearly down. Ball the 26-yard line. I formation here. Jets fumbled by the goal line last time. Hands it off here and cuts back. Here goes Hall to the 35-40. Has the end stiff on to the 45 and out of bounds to the 48-yard line. Good start to the drive for the Jets. As Jack Jones sends to the shadow realm on that one after a gain of 22. After that stiff arm. Do the Masters? Not sure I can add to that, but if we get a 100 jack for that. And that started off with a nice block, too, by the tight end, number 85, Mason Taylor. Give him a second-round pick out of LSU for the Jets. It's an emotional day for Taylor. Mason Taylor, the son of Jason Taylor, the Hall of Famer who played for the Dolphins for a long time. Hall toss out here, cuts up the middle, and he'll get a couple down to the 48-yard line of Miami. So 2 plays and they're already in plus territory. Cricket World Cup was a little longer than T20. I don't think the streaming rights are there. It needs to be a game I can watch. I can't pay for the game. So it needs to be a game that I'm able to watch. Now, 100 for F1, I would do that. Yes, I would do that. I would do that. Remember that on football? We'll see. We will see. Dolphins would be up by for me and stream early. Well, it depends on the flow of the game. Depends on the flow of the game. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Play action. Fields. Pressured. Trying to take off and run. He will get brought down by the legs at the 50. It's a sack. First of the game for Miami. And it's Rasul Douglas, the former Bill, making the stop. Brings up 3rd and 10. ESPN Plus a Cricket World Cup. I think Willow had it 1 year, and I don't have Willow. Call the operator with a loud, enthusiastic voice. Yeah, just the complete opposite. If it's my subscription, you don't have, can the donor put a $100 jack to pay for it? I guess so, yeah. I guess that would work. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Fields takes it. They're going to send 5. Fields, out route, caught by the tight end, and got out of bounds at the line to gain. Mason Taylor keeps the drive alive with a first down at the 41-yard line. Front selling for NBC to flex Chiefs Lions. Oh, they're not flexing that. That's like one of the best games of the season. Why would they flex that? Jets want to throw the ball? That was the second time they did it. And Taylor lost his balance, but was able to get the first before all of that took place. Back to last night, at least Juventus and Germany gets. That is true. That is true. But it's still a safety risk. Yeah, benchable offense, it should be. A.D. Mitchell cost the Colts that game. Without A.D. Mitchell, they win that game. They're 4-0, and I'm panicking right now about that division. To the bottom of the screen, play action again. Flag flies. 2 flags fly now as Fields throws that ball away. I think both Vientos and Alonso are gone. I think so, too. Or the games are niche streaming services. Yeah. T20 is fun, too. I think the other thing, too, is that cricket's very similar to baseball in a lot of ways, so there's not really a point to it. Should be a legal shift. That's what the call will be. They'll back him up 5 to the 46-yard line. Make it 1st and 15. People complain about last night's game being a tie because America doesn't like ties. America doesn't like ties. We don't get ties often. He was going forward. You can't move forward. If you're going to go in motion, you can't go toward the line of scrimmage, and he went toward the line of scrimmage. So an easy call there by the officials. 2 of the top, 3 of the bottom. Empty backfield, 1st and 15. Fields takes it. Dolphins at 4 on the line. Dolphins got a good jump. No offside, and Fields will be tackled out of bounds after no gain. Dolphins timed that snap perfectly. Jordan Brooks on the takedown. No offside. Mighty Miracle was a great game. Mighty Miracle was a phenomenal game. What do New Kids on the Block and Chinese food have in common? I'm excited for Simpsons movie 2. I'm excited for that. Hopefully it's good. Simpsons movie 1 was really, really good. Was really good. This replaced the MCU movie, so Simpsons 2. I mean, MCU is not doing hot right now. Simpsons movie 2 will get a lot of people. And the Dolphins jumped there. The Dolphins absolutely jumped on that one. That one should be an easy call. I think there was some movement on the interior. I think there was some movement on the interior. Yamal Floor still looking at the ball bouncer. 1 second. New Kids on the Block and Chinese food. What do they have in common? Yeah, that's encroachment. Easy call. Bring up 2nd down. They're gonna get to you, girl. You know, we don't like stalemates. It happens every time there's a tie, Jacob. Every time there's a tie, there's people saying we should not have ties. So at the 39-yard line after the encroachment penalty, 5.5 to go. Both got the right stuff. One on the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his left. Handoff goes to Davis. Second time Davis has gotten the ball today, but we got some room beforehand as Braylon Allen is going into the tunnel. He is not putting a lot of pressure on that leg. All right, so after the encroachment by the Dolphins, not going to matter because it's a false start against the Jets. The summer song from 99. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. By LFO. Yes. The esports and Excel. There are. Yes. Yes. Excel championships are a real thing. Right now, sorry if I complain about it. Yeah, because that's part of their tradition. Also, soccer, there's like 2 goals a game, so it's common for it to end in a tie. Football, there's a lot of action, relatively speaking. Out route caught. Garrett Wilson. I think that's his first touch of the game. Moment tour. Cincinnati beats LA and Philly. Chicago beats San Diego and Milwaukee. And Cincinnati will lose to Chicago in the LCS. Wow. Financial Modeling World Cup. Wow. That is very niche. 3rd down, figure 4 down territory here. No, Bowles was bad in game management. He's got a lot better with Tampa. He's got a lot better as of late. He sucked in game management. He was so bad in game management. Fields, they send 5. Flag flies by the line of scrimmage as the throw is behind Breece Hall, incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage. How about the Jets go since 2011? Yeah, no, they've been pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now, this is interesting. If this is on the Jets, do you take the penalty or decline? They're going to decline. There is some idea that, okay, 4th and 5, you could go for it here or try a field goal for Nick Folk from 54. But if you accept it, make it 3rd and 10, you get another chance to get the first down. But if you don't get it, they're not kicking the field goal and they're not going for it. So interesting decision there to decline the penalty. Personally, I would have accepted. Personally, I would have accepted the penalty. But they are going to go for it. It's not a dumb decision. I get the logic. I personally would have accepted maybe 3rd and 10. This is one of those weird border zones. One of the top 3 at the bottom. Fields, they're going to send 4. Pressured. Can't get rid of it. Loses the football. Miami picks it up at the 43-yard line. Their 2nd sack of the drive in Jordan Phillips. We'll have Miami starting on the plus side of the 50. What a start. 2 drives, 2 fumbles forced. And the Dolphins will get it back. Phillips picks it up, and it's Tyrell Dodson, the former Seahawk, who forces it. They are getting to Fields tonight. Again, I've never been high on Fields and his pocket presence and his awareness of the game, and you're seeing why. Justin Fields has thrown 4 passes today and has been sacked twice. The Jets have 2 net passing yards today. What about Darrisaw? Yeah, Darrisaw's been money. You know, Jordan Phillips. Yep, Jordan Phillips. Their 5th round pick. Different Jordan Phillips. This is a different Jordan Phillips. So there's Jordan Phillips, who was taken by the Bills. And there's Jordan Phillips, the rookie that the Dolphins picked up. Dumb decision? No, not dumb decision. 4th and 5. I get going for it there. There's 2 Jordan Phillips that play in this league. Two separate players. This one is way younger. Want to kick the field goal? It's a long kick. 55 with Folk is pretty long. Your odds getting 5 yards better than getting 55-yarder. Chris Thomas, Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor. Give me a second. Got the bot. Just feels work prospects as Darnold. Oh, easily. It's not even close. Can we give 30 points to this Jets offensive? Eberflus should be fired? Yes. I've always said Tyrod Taylor is better. I've always said the Jets have a chance to win games with Tyrod Taylor, but with Fields, I'm not picking them to win a game. I've always said that. I'm like, Taylor plays, they have a better chance. Fields is done. Fields is not a good quarterback. Fields is not playable. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. As Westbrook Akine goes in motion. They're going to hand it off on a reverse. And Washington gets nothing. Brought down by Kiko, the 5th round pick. Right around the 41-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. Non-Western instrument would like to see some performance for the national anthem. Ooh. I'd say bagpipes. Just see a bagpipe anthem. Why the heck not? Braylon Allen is ruled out. Braylon Allen has been ruled out. So as a result, no. I'm not. Who's worse, Fields or Darnold? Fields. Fields. I'm not surprised with this. With Fields playing, I never thought the Jets had a chance. I really did not. Trips to the top. I'm surprised by how well Tua's playing, though. I am surprised by that. Tyreek Hill, nowhere to go. Brought down the 42-yard line, brings up 3rd and 10. Vuvuzela? Oh, God. I can't imagine how that would sound. Rick Cam at 55, they should be cut. He should be, yes. Yeah, if you don't have the leg for it. Yeah, I mean, Focus 41. His leg is definitely declining. Just about, I think, like every year, yep. Dolphins, no turnovers, forced the first 3 games. 2 on the first 2 drives here. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Back to his left. Under 3 to go in the game. In the first half, I should say. They send 4. Tua, middle of the field. And that one's caught by Tyreek Hill. He makes another grab. And he runs backwards. And he will still get the first. A risky play by Tyreek Hill. But he trusts his speed. And now he can take this down to the 2-minute warning. Harps for national, that'd be cool. I'd take it down from the Dolphins. But there's holding on the play. Hang on a second. Holding on the play. So the catch is not going to count. Michael Carter is down for the Jets. They're going to get holding on the play. So back it up, make it 3rd and 20. I have to see the replay on the hold, but nice job by Tua going on the middle of the field. Tyreek Hill's having a good game so far. But obviously that catch is not going to count. I would have said if that did count, you take it down to the 2-minute warning and you go from there. That's the biggest collapse plus underperformance combined of any team in North American sports history. Ooh. Huh. North American sports history? I don't know, but I'm not even sure it's the worst one in baseball history. Now it's like Glenn's Sunfield defensively, yeah. And it's not been great this year. It's not been great defensively so far for Glenn. So this team is 4th from the bottom in points allowed this season. Near bottom 10 in yards allowed. 2nd fewest turnovers forced. Yeah, the Dolphins 93. At least they have the excuse of we were on our third string quarterback. Beer collapse, Red Sox or Mets? Red Sox. I think legit the Red Sox. The Red Sox collapse was worse. That was almost impossible. The Red Sox collapse is the stuff of legend. The Red Sox have pretty massive expectations. We have an injury timeout. Michael Carter was down the nickelback. Meanwhile, Bengals-Broncos just started. I'll give you updates on that game as it transpires, but we are not calling that game. We're not doing two at once. I will obviously be giving you updates as that game goes on. Bengals in the white, Broncos in the blues. Bengals will start with Browning, play action. Checks it down to Brown, incomplete on the swing pass. The 1-0 Jaguars in 2020. Yes, not satisfied with 1-0, baby. Yeah, Red Sox side was bigger, but Mets was funnier, yeah. The Mets just had to play Pirates pace. The Jaguars were not even close to favorite to win that game. The Jaguars were underdogs. They were not even close to being favored in that game. They were underdogs by a lot. They send 4. Tua checks it down. To get on the plus side of the field, Malik Washington will get down to the 43. So they get about half the yardage back. The Jets defense holds, and that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. Where you figure the Dolphins are just going to punt and try and pin them deep. With 2 timeouts to their name. The Adolphs collapsed with Rise of 9 Mariners, yeah. So a Dolphins fan at a gas station was going to say something that bit my tongue. Oof. Well, what's a Dolphins fan doing at a gas station right now? Like, watch the game. If you're a Dolphins fan, you should be watching this game. Wasn't Bosa hurt? Yes. But the Niners were still favorites. The Niners were still 100% favorites. Yeah, Fields got $30 million guaranteed over 2 years. I don't know what they saw. Because his pocket presence has never been good. His pocket presence has never been good. Well, Bengals screen pass to Brown, breaks a tackle, and will be 1 yard shy, but there's a flag on the play. We got Arthur with a 2. I appreciate you, man. Which game do you want to get you on the call for it? I'll get you on the call. Which college football game do you want? Clemson, UNC, Air Force, Navy, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Kentucky, Georgia? Appreciate you a ton on that one. How do I feel with the Mariners? I think they make the World Series. I appreciate you a ton, Arthur. But I do love the Mariners. I do love the Mariners. Look, I'm a D-backs fan, so I love, obviously, Naylor. I love Eugenio Suarez, Canzone. I love those guys. I think the Mariners, that combo of Rodriguez, Raleigh, Arozarena, Suarez, Naylor, when they're all clicking like that, that is a hard order to get out. There's no easy outs. I think the Mariners are the best team in the American League, and I think they do make the World Series. I think the Phillies win the World Series, but I think this is the year for the Mariners. This feels like the year. Well, I found stuff the same. How's it going? Good, appreciate you, man. Only 4 playoff teams per league, 6 now, yes. Is there Broncos Bengals? I'm not sure. Clemson, of course, all right, get you on Clemson. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, counts as triple. If Sports Illustrated says anyone or anything's the best ever, you know it's premonition for something bad. Pretty much. So, Naylor, will he be healthy? He should be. I haven't heard anything about anything otherwise. So the Bengals get a first down in midfield. I want the Mariners to go all the way. That fan base deserves it. Obviously, never made a World Series. Only active franchise to make a World Series. A lot of former D-backs. We have a good relationship with them. They gave us Paul Sewald, and he helped us in 23. We give you Suarez. Go all the way in 25. Go all the way in 25. They're going to punt it on 4th down. Is Browning going deep down the field, and Jamar Chase incomplete. So, ball the 43, going to punt this ball away. I'm going to take off subs only mode, since we're nearing halftime. You've been done with super team. Oh, yeah, that was insane. The punt here. First of the game for either side. And Bailey angles it out of bounds. Not the best punt, but it should be marked around the 15-yard line. So about 28 yards of net. You know, it looks sunny in Denver right now. Man, there are a lot of bots tonight. Oh, we're quashing them all, as we always do. ALCS, I have Mariners, Blue Jays. I have Mariners, Blue Jays, and I have Cubs against the Phils. So Justin Fields off to a very good start. On his first 2 drives, he's got 2 net passing yards. It's pretty good. You know, if these games went on for until the end of time, he would have infinity passing yards. So he's on a pretty good pace. Unfortunately for him, the games are 60 minutes long. He's got 2 net passing yards. About halfway through. We're going to start with a handoff here to the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 4. You figure New York going to be a bit conservative until they get a first, and then they'll go. Blue Jays, why them, not the Yankees? The fundamentals for the Yankees, I just don't trust their fielding. Well, they're going to go quick. Fields checks it down to hole, bobbles it, but then makes the first down grab at the 26-yard line. And just like that, Justin Fields has quadrupled his net passing yards on the day. Oh, no, I was not even close to serious about playing well. He's got 2 net passing yards. Well, now he's got 8. So that changes everything. 8 net passing yards. Hands it off at the middle, and Hall gets down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 6. Mariners, Phillies, the one everyone hates, Yankees, Dodgers. The wackiest one, Mariners, Reds. Mariners, Reds would be interessante. Don't want the Red Sox face Mariners in the ALCS. I don't kind of want to win that one. I mean, it's one of those where, like, I wouldn't feel bad. Like, when the D-backs lost to the Rangers, like, I was like, you know what? Good for them. Good for them. They've been through a lot. They've never won before. Checks it down, caught, Hall at the 37-yard line. Now the Jets will burn their first time out. So now that you got a couple of first downs, you can run your offense and a chance to double dip. Justin Fields is him. There you go. I think he's going to run. Aaron Judge is just a psycho with how good he is. We got Bengals in the red zone here at the 17-yard line. They give to Brown on the side, and he'll get 3 down to the 14-yard line. My 7th goal is more passing yards than Justin Fields. There you go. Have a link to bracket challenge. I'm going to set up at halftime. We'll do a bracket challenge where it will be. Haven't seen today's substitutions. Click the link above. We talk about Brian Callahan. And also, this one we talk about the Cowboys-Packers game. But we also have another one talking about Brian Callahan, the Titans-Texans. We have tomorrow, we're going to do one on the Steelers. We'll have one from one of these 2 games if something transpires. I'll probably get Shanahan out as well. We got a lot of content on the channel. So you can probably tell. A lot of content. Grind does not stop. You guys have come in hot on these videos, too, in terms of the viewership. I appreciate you guys a ton. Now, people that found out what happened last night from my video from the Cowboys game is insane. They went to bed and were like, wait, what? How did that happen? Justin Fields' formula is 2 times 4 to the power of whatever X is number of passes. Yes. Jared Fansville, I do like that. Jerry can act. You know, it's scary that Jerry Jones can actually act. It's actually scary that he is a good actor. He was in that show a couple of months ago, and he was, like, really freaking good. What would help us say more average coach or average defense personnel? I would say average defense personnel. You can escape bad coaching. The Bengals made a Super Bowl Zach Taylor already. Pass to the end zone incomplete, and the Bengals, I think they're going to leave the offense out there on 4th and 2. 10-minute core, then still tied UFL type shootout. I'm just going straight to UFL type shootout. I'm fine with that. Brian Callahan decisions to replace the name dumb decisions. Yes, it should. We're at 4 already. We're at 4 dumb decisions already. Titans games are must-see TV now for me because I need to see what Callahan's going to do. Like, I had the Titans game on the big screen yesterday for the 1 o'clock. Because the Jaguars weren't playing until 4. I had that game on the big screen. So, like, I need to see him mess up. Because I know he's going to. You know, I would love to sports talk. There are a lot of guys like them. Like Gus Bradley, terrible head coach, but a perfect guy to, like, just have a beer with. Bengals trying a field goal, 26 yards. They kick it on 4th and 2, and it's good. 3-0 Bengals. He'd be a successful team for Hollywood actor. He could be. He is, like, surprisingly good. Probably General Hospital, yeah. Stephen A. can also act, too. Stephen A. on General Hospital is actually pretty good as well. One of the top 3 at the bottom. Back to his right. 2 timeouts left for the Jets. Trying to double dip potentially here. That's not going to help. Back it up 5 yards. False start. Time to go to Nashville State Titans game in a few months. Yeah. Believe me, Callahan is, he's, well, I won't book it yet because Callahan can be fired. I alluded to in the video. It's like how devout Catholics think, today, you don't know when Jesus is coming back, but you have to be ready for the day. I have to be ready for the day that Callahan gets fired. It could be any time. It's going to happen. I have to be ready for whatever Callahan gets fired. I'm going into every day thinking I'm going to have an emergency live stream. Every Monday and every Tuesday, I'm waking up thinking I'm going to have an emergency live stream. Fields, middle of the field, caught to the 39-yard line. It was his wideout, Alan Lazard, his first grab of the day. Jets will not take a timeout. They have 2. Not sure what the strategy is. They would have taken a timeout here if you're going to be aggressive. They're not going to. 28 seconds. They send 4. Fields, jump throw, incomplete. Looking for Taylor. Mechanics were all off there. 3rd down and 7. Coughlin, Pearson, Gus, Marone, Del Rio. Gus is 1. Coughlin's 2. Del Rio is 5. Peterson 4. Marone 3. Coughlin and Gus are 2 very different types of, have a beer with people. But yeah, Del Rio is definitely 5. Del Rio is 5. To the top, to the bottom. Back to his left, they send 4. Fields, angle route, caught. Wilson will get the first down, makes 2 men miss, and brought down the 49. Jets will burn their second time out with 17 seconds. Dante Trader had a chance to get behind the line to gain, missed it, and now the Jets get a first down as a result. How's it going, Patrick? Time to start doing the 5 minutes of sleep I get? Yeah. Basically, I stay up every Monday now until 7 in the morning my time, so 10 o'clock Eastern, just in case. Just in case it happens. Bunch of Bengals Broncos, nice. Yeah, I can't do that game. I have the have it on, obviously, but I can't do that game because I'm going to a concert after this game is done. So we'll just be angry drunk. Yes, Del Rio would be a bad drunk, I would think. All right, 10-0 the score. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Dolphins. Again, Folk, you figure you got to give up 15 more yards to have a shot. His leg is not the strongest at 41 years old anymore. 17 seconds, 1 timeout left for the Jets, so you can't go middle of the field. Again, the goal here, making a 1-score game, chance to double dip. They send 4. Fields checks it down. It's caught. Can he get out of bounds? He can at the 45. That's big. That's big. Gain of 4. Isaiah Davis makes it 2nd and 6. I'm still happy that Uchi had to wear. Yes. That man, rest in peace. I mean, way too young on that. ABC's the only channel I have. Makes sense. It's over the air, so I get that. 2nd and 6. Right now, be a 63-yard field goal, so you need to get... I would say with Folk, you need to get 10 more yards. But you have a timeout. You have 2 plays to do this. And you go middle of the field. Before that, Miami calls a timeout to get their defense situated. A worthy radio, but for NFL News, it wakes me up. It should, yes. I need that. There's someone should create an app where someone should create an app that's linked to Twitter. Okay, so go with me on this. An app that's linked to Twitter where you can follow certain accounts. And if the account tweets out a combination of words, it sets an alarm. So I link it up to Adam Schefter. So I have an Adam Schefter alarm. And it only wakes me up if the words fired. So if Schefter ever says the words fired, automatically wakes you up. You know what I mean? Or I can put him Brian Callahan fired. I don't know how you would make that work, but that would be incredible technology. Or if he tweets something Jaguars related. If he says the word Jaguars in a tweet, it counts as an alarm. It wakes me up. They're not rushing anyone. Fields, incomplete. They send no pressure whatsoever. They force Fields to throw that ball. But there was a flag on the play. Illegal contact on the defense. That's okay, actually. That's okay. The clock does not reset. So I'm at first down, but that's not really that important. Dolphins helmet. I'm fine with the helmet, actually. I'm fine with the unis. They just seem to have an outline on the number. Trader getting called for that. I once had a rough drive. Working there on Miss Hill. But again, that's okay. Because 5 seconds, you're not going to have time for another play. So you have to send the field goal now 58 yards. Like, I think that's a smart penalty for Miami. The idea of, okay, now you don't commit a penalty here, obviously. But the idea of, okay, let's make the Jets go down the field and not allow them to get into field goal range. Now here you play sidelines. You absolutely, well, not sidelines necessarily, but you have to watch for the 4 second play. Yes, so fired up for today's game. Yes. I want to beer McVay just to get an idea how he thinks. Oh yeah, well McVay would be awesome. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, Michael. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I don't drink, but yeah, you get the idea. Until someone says fired up for today's game. Well, you can set for different days. So Sunday you would never set it for. You never set it for Sunday. Because you know Sunday, no one's firing a coach on a Sunday. Well, Broncos get stuffed on 3rd down. They're probably going to punt this ball away. I was on vacation when Jones named the starter could emergency have some. Yeah, that was upsetting. That was upsetting. So again, Dolphins have to watch out for the quick 4 second pass. The Jets have a timeout. You could go middle of the field to Taylor, have him slide down, and that's what they're going to do. Taylor, middle of the field, and incomplete. Oh, that was the play. I called it. I called the play. Taylor, middle of the field, slide down, but you got to make the grab. Is he rainbow over from my apartment? I cannot. No. I can walk down there, but I can't stay from my apartment. Man, that was the play, too. I called it. I called the play. Taylor, middle of the field, slide down, but got to catch the ball. That kind of day for the Jets offense. Now, Nick Folk, a 58-yard try for the 41-year-old whose longest kick is 56. It's straight enough. Does it have the distance? It does. Wow. Nick Folk. Who knew he had that in him? Are you kidding me? Who knew that Nick Folk had that in his system? 58 yards at 41 years old. The longest kick of his NFL career. And I'm shocked by that. Not many guys can hit from 58 at 41 years old. And despite 2 turnovers, despite playing like crap, the Jets are only down by 1 score with the ball to start the second half. This just got a little bit interesting. He still got the age of 41. Man. If he has that leg, yeah, I don't know how he did that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, you know? I'm impressed he was able to get that kick. Think Volker Vinatieri in the 40s? Oh, Adam Vinatieri. Easily Adam Vinatieri. But I'll put a poll up who wins this one. Arrow still got it? Yep. It's definitely not what he once was, but he's still very much a competent quarterback. He didn't get him into the playoffs, especially how bad the Ravens look as of late. He didn't get him into the playoffs. Put a poll up. So Jets will get it to start the half. And the Jets have moved it today. They haven't moved it. There have been no 3-and-outs for the Jets today. All right, let me create a group. Yeah, 40-plus kicker, yes. Yeah, Nick Folk is 41 years old. He's a man. He's 41. All right, this is the bracket challenge group for Major League Baseball if you want to join. You want to join the bracket challenge? There you go. There you go. Let's go that. Hang on, give me a second here. I have the bot, don't worry. Hang on. My bracket is in. Will Kamara get dealt to the deadline? He should. Yes. He should. I think Kansas City would be the logical fit. And if it's players from 21-22 that Cincinnati have, you think they have replaceable? Bates. Definitely Bates. A version of GD do the other game? Yes. Yes. I don't even know how that would work. I don't even know how that would work. That'd be pretty cool, though. I wonder what an A version of me would even be like. Yeah, career long at 41 years old. By 2 whole yards. By 2 whole yards. His longest kick was 56, which he hit back in 2010. Top announcer in history. At number 3, I'm going Buck Aikman. Number 2, I'm going with Emberg, Olsen, and number 1 has to be Madden Summerall. Has to be. There's no other option. Look for some DC guy to be around, born to talk to you. Shanny will probably get ticked off at me, yeah. And Ben Johnson, who knows? Liam Cohen would be a fun guy. Liam Cohen is number 1. In terms of Jaguar coaches of all time, Liam Cohen is number 1. To have a beer with, Liam Cohen would easily be number 1. A master nailed the recovery in a timely manner consistently over and over again. Yep. Ever a third man in the booth? No, I think that's worse. I think having a third man in the booth is worse. It's too many cooks in the kitchen. Now, we're talking like an officiating expert or something like that. That's a little bit different. But like 2 color commentators, no. Never works in the NFL. Never works. It's too many cooks. Too many people trying to get a word in. Legion long-term home for UNLV? I think so. I think it is. Okay, so he's not 41 yet. He will be 41 in a month. Right, I have to remove the 70s. That was one of the few times it worked. That was one of the few exceptions. That's also because Cosell was very different from everyone else. I think the problem with a lot of 3-man boots is that the 2 guys, the 2 color commentators, offer the same perspective. Cosell was not like that. Cosell was very different in terms of the perspective he offered. You need you need a weird contrast, basically. I think I'm very, very underrated. Yes, very underrated. Buck Aikman Collinsworth? Yeah, that was fine. Buck was not that good back then, though. No, Nick, we all know that. He was joking about that. More likely McKinnon, Tyra Sharper, A.B., etc., or Howard Cosell. I would say Cosell. I would definitely say Cosell as a contributor. I would say Cosell. Bill Callahan has private stuff for making him look competent. Yeah, but at least he made it Super Bowl. He sucked, but at least he made it Super Bowl. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, help us out on the channel. We're at halftime right now. Again, we're not doing overtime tonight. Obviously, if this game goes OT, different story, but we're not doing overtime itself. So, we'll be hopping off after this game is done. Gonna start the second half in about 7.5 minutes time. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. Thoughts on Katie signing an extension? How's it going, Bob? Appreciate you, man. It makes sense. Lock him down for a bit. I mean, his game is still phenomenal. I get it. Cosell was blackballed, and if so, would voters hold that against him? Well, he would get in as a contributor. He's not getting in terms of... He would get in through a separate ballot than everyone else. Callahan committing wage theft? Yes. At this point, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't call the plays, doesn't run the practices. He fights reporters. Doesn't call the offense, doesn't call the defense. I mean, what does he do? What does the man do at this point? I honestly couldn't tell you. What the man does. Yeah, Michael Skipper-Dierdorf was good, yes. Yeah, Monday Night Football, it sometimes does work. It sometimes can work for Monday Night Football. It didn't work since it moved to ESPN. Field position fire? I like that. I like field position fire. That's a good phrase. Doesn't seem right for Gumbel to not be around to announce games anymore. Yeah. Well, Gumbel was starting to lose it by the end. Gumbel was not good by the end. Broncos jumped on 4th down. That's a free first down for the Bengals. Yeah, what does he even do? Literally. Do you sure committees operate any similar to the main ones? Not really. No. They're a bit different. They're a little bit different. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Gumbel by the end was not that good. I miss him I don't miss him for the NFL. I miss him for March Madness. He was so good in the studio. I miss hearing him announce the bracket for March Madness. Gumbel, was good for the NFL for a little bit. He was not good by the end. But basketball, he was so good. Yeah, there's another game going on. Yep. Dolphins unis. There needs to be an outline. There needs to be an outline on the numbers. It's not blue. There needs to be like a white or an orange outline. Ever do a video on the context time of men on 40? Probably not. It's too well known. Too well known. I gotta get back to doing some JGA vids. There's a lot of dumb decisions I gotta get to, and hopefully we'll get to them Wednesday or Thursday. Meatball score bugs. So both games were happening at the same time. The problem is that I don't want to start the Bengals-Broncos game. I don't want to start. They actually call a false start. Wow, they call a false start. That's a shank. The Bengals. I don't want to do that and then skip out on the end of the Bengals-Broncos game. Like, I'm almost nice. He seems like a super nice guy. We will have, there is a 2 games at once happening in the NFL later this season on Monday Night Football. We'll do that. Next week, we will be live after the game is done. The Chiefs Reds are a really good uniform. You know, that should have been encroachment on the Broncos easily. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. But next week, the Jaguars play Monday Night Football, so we will not be doing that game. We will be live after the game. So keep that in mind. Next week, we're live for Thursday night, Sunday night. Monday night, we'll be live after the game. We'll do a post-game show, OT, all that fun stuff. We will not be live during the game for the Jaguars. So just keep that in mind. Only 33, 34 and a little over 3 months. Nice. Nice. I'm getting to my 30s. I'm getting there. I'm 28 right now. It's slowly approaching. Can't see much around South Korea. No, you cannot. You cannot. So it's like when I remember when the USA was going to get the World Cup, it was like, oh, wow, I'm going to be 28 when this happens. That's like so far away. Now it's like, oh, crap. Calling one game, yep. Next NFL match is interesting. Yeah. Chiefs are playing really well right now, and the Jaguars are 3-1. That is actually a deceptively really good game. Somehow, I was like, are the schedule makers drunk when they put this game on Monday Night Football? Like, you're going to use a Chiefs primetime slot for a game against the Jaguars, but it actually worked out. Just like the Finn Slay last time, just like the Jets, I get that. It looks best at daytime? It does. The Chiefs Reds look very, very good in the day as the sun is setting. It looks so good. Dars being Jays in World Series, that's a very good guess. I'm fine with that. The ref for the Jags Bengals game was a GG9 Phantom hater for robbing us of the Jaguars stream. Yeah. Can you imagine if we were 4-0 right now? If we were 4-0, I said I was going to do it, but I said that as a joke in terms of like, we're not going to be 4-0. There's no way. We're 1 PI away from being 4-0 somehow. I'm like, what the actual, like, how the heck did we do that? Because we're not even, playing well. We're not even playing well. Yeah, hard way to take advantage of the Jaguars game. It would not be good. 3 quarterbacks Starley swung in for the Browns at 75. Who's the odd one out? Sight, Phipps, Luck, Mays. I'm going to say Mays. Say Mays. Yeah, Colts and Jags both 3-1. Yep. Colts should be 4-0. If Mitchell didn't throw that game. I mean, Mitchell blew that game. That was insane. Cowboys and Packers are my 2 least favorite teams, so it's kind of funny another one. I can imagine what Grossi's household was like with his dad. His dad's a Cowboy fan, him as a Packer fan. Obviously, they're not in the same house anymore, but like, I can't imagine what that was like. Wait, we tied? Jaguars have never tied a game. We tied the Saints in the preseason, but in terms of regular season, we're the only team to never tie. Yankees, Phillies, because that would be the chair on top of the Mets' disaster season. Can you imagine? Price game to watch later of the week? Nice. Nice. Defense improve. What players, if any, are upgrades to their positions? Eric Murray's been way better at safety than Cisco. Lloyd's playing his butt off right now. Armstead's playing his natural position, which helps out a lot. He's not playing edge, he's playing inside. Bucket Aikman having more fun in ESPN? Yes, I do. Yeah, the culture can change in Jacksonville. Yes, it has changed a lot. It should be 77. Yeah, that's fine. We're still going to go Mays. I was going to say, I don't think Seb was starting at 75. I'm still going to say Mays on that one. Realistic 93 rematch, I could see that. Phillies series, I could see that. I feel like Cubs Tigers were my pick for a long time, and then it was like, ooh, well now the Tigers kind of suck. But I think they beat the Guards. Playing Skubal is going to be tough. And then the Guards have to win the next 2 if they lose to Skubal. 75 Browns have the hardest opponent strength of schedule in NFL history for a team that played 12-plus games. That's impressive. 648, that is brutal. The Bills' schedule in 71 was brutal. The first 4 games of the Bills' schedule, my God, that was insane. Yeah, I'm waiting for that one complete game that shows they compete with the rest of the league, like a 2-3 possession victory. Yeah, I get that. I think the Chiefs game is the big tell. The Chiefs game is going to be a really big tell. If the Jaguars play well against the Chiefs and win that game, we're legit. I think we're legit as it stands, like, not legit in terms of like, oh, we're going all the way. We're legit in the fact that, oh, we might not suck. We're legit in the, oh, we might not suck way. Like, we're better than last year. Like, there actually is some hope here. We're legit in the way of, oh, like, I don't think we're going to be worse than average this year. Like, I think we're going to be a decent team. The Chiefs game will be the real tell. If you beat the Chiefs on Monday and look good while doing it. Oh, that should be a horse collar tackle. Added to the end of that one to Troutman. Did the refs miss that? How did they miss that? Are the refs missing everything today? The Vikings are the easiest schedule. Well, their division sucks. Ravens done. Defensively, they are. Defensively, they're in some serious trouble. I don't think they're done. They've lost to 3 very good opponents. I think they still have a chance for the division because their schedule gets a lot easier in a little bit. But they're in some serious trouble. Was that really not a horse collar tackle? Okay, I guess not. All right. Jets ball to start the half. I never put a... Oh, yeah, I did put the ball. 61% I think the Dolphins hold on and win this one. So the Dolphins get the press, that would be insane. Kickoff here. No, don't do that. Oh, he fields at the 6. But it was going out of bounds. It's going to work out somehow as he gets down to the 36-yard line. I don't know how that worked out. You saw LaQuint Allen yesterday almost make that, or he did make that same exact mistake. Ball was going out, and now the ball is out. Dolphins say they have it. Hang on a second here. They forced 2 fumbles today already. And Trader thinks he has it. No signal yet. Miami ball. First down, Dolphins. A calamity on that return. Yeah, clearly lost the ball. It's moving. It's bobbling. He didn't have possession. Trader comes down with it. That should be Miami ball. That'd be 3 turnovers forced already in the first 30 minutes of the game. It's Williams on the fumble. Isaiah Williams fumbles that one, and this should be Dolphins ball. Yep, they confirm it. That ball was coming out. That ball was 100% coming out. So no chance of double dip. Miami's got very good starting field position here at the 36-yard line. Second time they forced the fumble in Jets territory. First time got no points out of it. Let's see what happens on this opportunity. So the Jets have had 4 drives and they fumbled on 75% of them. 2nd and 10. That is insane to me. Last one did not go through, Bobby. Last one did not go through. I think they're legit if they're in until the very end of Monday Football. Yeah, you don't even need to beat the Chiefs. No, you do not. You do not. As long as you play well, yeah. The refs didn't give a gift. I swear someone thinks that's what's happening here. 2nd down at the 36-yard line. And Patterson's leg is not the strongest, so you want to get at least a few more yards on the strive to make it a 2-score game. Cuts back, and he would have had space, but he falls down. Ollie Gordon slips on that one. Jamie and Sherwood on the stop. Semper says, is that good? Depends on what you're looking at. For a stat like that, no, it's not good. Well, Bo Nix on 3rd down. They send 4, going to take off and run. He is in. Touchdown Broncos. Near the end of the first quarter there. So 3rd and 9 for the Dolphins. Would have been a nice game for Ollie Gordon. Probably about 5 or 6 yards. If he didn't slip. Empty backfield here. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Dolphins, no first downs their last drive. And they will get a first down here. Tyreek Hill at the 23 on the out route. Nice job. They're coming back for that one. Tyreek Hill's having a very good game so far. Gain at 12 and a first down. I think I noticed that James Cook way more patient. Yes. He's a bulldozer. Way more patient, though. Yes. It was Phipps. Yeah. It was on the Bears at that point. Yeah. As they have a stoppage here for an injured player. Actually, a few guys down on one knee for the Jets right now. There's a few guys down right now. I'm not sure what the injury is, but obviously play is stopped for the moment. It's a first down for the Finns when we get back. Yeah, Brian Callahan is really bad. Worst coaches in Oilers fans history? Man. I would say 2. Bill Peterson is number 1. Bill Peterson's the worst. Oh, it's Tyreek Hill? Oof. Oh, that's really bad. It was on the catch. I did not see the injury. They haven't shown a replay yet. We're at commercial break. It was down by the sideline, obviously, because that's where he made the grab. He's having a monster game so far. Well, I was coaching in the early 80s. Biles, he was really bad. He might be third from the bottom. Callahan and Peterson are 1-2. Bill Peterson was really bad. My place to be a Nugget forever. I get that. He's a legend. He's a legend with the Nuggets. No reason to go anywhere else as long as he's getting paid. The injuries are a massive factor. Yeah, Miami and San Fran. I don't know what's going on with San Fran, though. It's every year with them. We have not seen the replay of the injury. We're going to say for Jonas Brothers? I'm not sure. I'm pretty high up, but I like that. I like being last row so I can stand the whole time. I'm on like the side of the stage. Finals pick. I have Nuggets against the Pistons. Nuggets being the Pistons. 5 or 6 win for prizes? Oh, I don't know on that one. Oh, race game, of course. Yeah, race game. Fisher, the best franchise. They bring the card out. Oof. Fisher probably would be the best. Unless you go Wally Lim on that one. Could go Wally Lim, but if not him, Fisher. We could go Bum Phillips. Actually, no, Bum Phillips is the best. Bum Phillips is probably the best in franchise history. They've not shown a replay. Ari just tweeted out, I'm not posting a replay. It's bad. Okay, here's the replay. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Yep, that's why Ari wasn't posting a replay. Oh, no. Yeah, that leg is not supposed to go like that. Yeah, I'm high on the Pistons. Especially with Ivy coming back. Man. Start a mosh pit? I can't start much with the Jonas Brothers. Wow, that is... Oof. He was having such a good game, too, and now he is grimacing. Smiling, but grimacing, and he's waving to the crowd. He's blowing kisses, but with the card, I think the air cast on. That's not good. Happened to Tyreek? What happened to Tyreek? Leg went away. It should not go. The leg went a direction it should not go. You do have to wonder, is that the last play Tyreek will ever make with the Dolphins? You do have to wonder. With all the speculation, obviously if things don't go well this season, probably rebuild. Could that be it for Tyreek as a Finn? That did not look good. But it is a first down for Miami. For that gruesome injury. One at the top, one at the bottom. In the pistol, the stretch play here. Achan breaks the tackle at 20, down to the 15 and gets a first down, brought down the 13-yard line. Sherwood and Stevenson on the stop, but again at 13, the Dolphins in the red zone. Trying to advantage of the very good field position off the Jets' fumble. Let's try to score. Maybe it could be. Dodgers minus 210 to win the series. I get that. It is a bad injury. He says I can't watch the injuries of Jeff Heisman and Alex Smith. Yeah. I get that. I completely get that. Now, it didn't look good. Another stretch play here. Achan makes one-man miss and brought down at the 9-yard line by the legs by Andre Sisco. First time we called his name today. The former Jaguar. All through a rough start with the Jets after a rough start with the Jaguars. Yeah, I think those rumors are dead. I'm not sure he's coming back this year. That looked pretty bad. That looked pretty bad. Yeah, Sutter's usually pretty on the money with this. So we'll see what he says, but it didn't look good. Remember the first time I saw the last one, did you know what's coming out? I was passed on my sofa. Yeah, that was bad. Where was the first one for me live? Where was the first one for me? The Louisville injury. That was the first one. I'm like, oh, God. Second 6 play action. Tua in the flat. Going second read. Caught. Waller. Twice as nice. Darren Waller does it again. Touchdown Miami. And it's a 2-score game. Darren Waller has more touchdowns with the Dolphins than he had with the Giants. His first multi-touchdown game since he was with the Raiders in 2020. That opponent that he had the multi-touchdown game against, you guessed it, the New York Jets. Hang on. 17-3 is the extra point. Is good. Whereas, well, yeah, that injury was bad. Pixar Mount Rushmore. Ooh. Finding Nemo. Toy Story 2. Toy Story 3. And Inside Out. Jets defense, not good. Not good. That unit is very concerning. Cisco is really bad. Cisco is really, really bad. I was like, what are they doing when they get him? I was like, what were they doing when they were supposed to get him? What's up, blindside the theater? So the intro had to look down. Wi-Fi was wide. I told her what was about to happen. A few seconds later, the entire theater went, ooh, yeah. Yep. The Mets gutless bums that are missing loads to the highest payroll. Yeah, I mean, when you go 0-70 in your trail after the 8th inning, you're 0-70 in those games. I mean, there's no other way to slice it. That's pretty bad. Like, to not have one single comeback, yeah. Cisco is safety. Cisco plays safety. So the Jets have fumbled 3 times on their first 4 drives. Hence why they're down by 14 points. Saints coaches Mount Rushmore. Well, Peyton's on there. Moore is on there. You don't have a lot to choose from. You don't have a lot to choose from on that one. Obviously, Mora. Obviously, Peyton. Hazlitt. I guess Bum Phillips? I guess? Yeah, the Car Wars slice? Yeah. Yeah, I will never look at that one. Jets on score here, game is over. Fact or fiction? Fiction, but it's good for the Dolphins right now. It's very good for the Dolphins right now. It's going to be a huge game. Yep, that's coming back. A bad Saints coach. So too many to tell on that one. Too many for that one. Too many for that one. Dick is the worst. Probably Hank Stram. J.D. Roberts. And John North, I would say. Van Brock and Dick are too. Van Brock was the Falcons, not the Saints. Van Brock was the Falcons. Yeah, Andre Cisco is 0 stabs that one game we talked about. Yes. Gotta love Urban Meyer. Gotta love Urban Meyer. Kickoff here. Fielded at the 1. Taken out to the 10. 15-20. 25-30. Down the sideline 35. And Davis down to the 41-yard line. But there's a flag on the play. The special teams for the Jets has been atrocious today on these returns. We've had a couple of penalties called against them. Obviously, the fumble. There you go, Billy. Having to say we're winning by Harper and Tyreek. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Coach between Dick and Payton. Haslett was fine. Haslett was fine. It was very much like Jason Garrett. Pretty mediocre. Some other good movies on Rushmore? Well, The Room is on there for sure. The Room is number 1. I don't know why I put it as the rest. But The Room has to be number 1. Jets coaches. Oh, it's actually a legal formation on the kicking team. So it's a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. It's a first down for the Jets at the 46. Well, Weeb Eubank, definitely. You're going Rex Ryan, Bill Parcells, and I would probably go with Walt Michaels. That'd probably be the 4. Imagine if any coach smoked cigarettes on the sideline again. Well, not Hank Stram. Len Dawson was smoking during the Super Bowl. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, they need a border around the numbers. Yeah, it's very hard to make them out. So ball near midfield. Good starting field position for the Jets. Going to give it a haul. Runs into his own guy and then keeps the palm boom for a gain of 4. On first down. Brings up 2nd and 6 of the 48. Taylor, greatest Bengals coach? Oh, not even close. Paul Brown. Paul Brown is the greatest Bengals coach. What Paul Brown did with that team as an expansion team was insanity. Paul Brown's phenomenal. Paul Brown's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's like the only guy you can argue besides Lombardi and Belichick who the greatest coach of all time is. You could say Paul Brown. I'm not going to fight you on that one. One at the top, one at the bottom. Misdirection, hand off to Hall, and he gets nothing. Dolphins are not fooled. A slew of them in on that one, including Jordan Brooks. Brings up 3rd and 6. Worst coach of Jets history, Kodite. Though, although, it could go Holtz. Holtz or Kodite, it's one of them. Bill Belichick was twice the Jets coach and never quits the game for them. Yep. Much more Chiefs coaches. Reed, Stram, Shoddy, and Vermeil. You players smoke on the sideline again? Yeah. That was actually pretty easy for the Chiefs. That one's actually pretty easy. 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top, back to his left. You figure 4 down territory here. Davis, 3rd and 5. They're running up the middle. And you figure you run it there, needing 5 yards on 2 plays. They're going to get 4. The 42-yard line. Obviously, you're going for it here. How's it going, John? Take it to get some. How's it going, guys? Does that count? I don't think that counts. Coach McCall said there were fans smoking at your basketball game we should play. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, smoking's way more accepted there. Way more accepted there. Dolphins go 4 for the Jets. 4th and 1. 1 top, 1 the bottom. I formation here. Taylor line up as a blocker now. They've run 3 times on this drive. Play action here. They're going to trust Fields. And Fields reverses course. And he will get the first down with his legs to the 30. 25-20. 15. Justin Fields with a lot of field to work with. Touchdown Jets. No flags on the field. 44-yard touchdown run to keep him in this thing. Justin Fields looked like he was going to be bottled up, reverses course, breaks a tackle, and the Jets get their first touchdown of the game. It looked for a moment like Ashton Davis, the former Jet, was going to stop him, and then Fields reverses the field, gets a nice block down the field from his tight end Jeremy Ruckert, the former 3rd-round pick. And New York makes it a 1-score game. And the extra point is good. A good awareness play there to avoid touching him for a block in the back. 17-10. Time for an onside kick. You can't... no onside kick here. Yeah, I mean, the Mets played terrible ball after June. I mean, if they played a Pirates pace, they would be good. The reason why they lost is because they were... Oh, hang on. All right, we had a frame drop for a second. Try refreshing. Fans are calling for the league to ban Alshire from the league. They should, yeah. That hit on Ward was dirty. Not allowed to like a player anymore. Oh, you're allowed to like a player. You're allowed to. It just he's not the guy. But man, that was an impressive run. We're good now. Yep. Try refreshing. Sometimes it does happen. Yep. If the audio is cutting out, try refreshing. But we should be good. Okay, Coughlin, Parcells. I would say Steve Owen and Jim Lee Howell. That's my 4 for that. Bochy is out as Rangers manager. Wow. Heck of a career. One of the best managers of all time. Heck of a career. But wow. Is he out? Yep, just happened. Wow. Ooh, Paulson's saying the Giants could bring him back. Ooh. Is he still captain? I think he is. I like that, everything. Who's going to take him to the hospital? Okay, it's just... Again, they're taking him to the hospital just to evaluate him. They're taking him to the hospital to evaluate him. He's not dead. I mean, a lot of guys go to the hospital with something like that. You know it's bad, so at that point, you just go to the hospital. What's Sherman G. Much of the NFL? Really good career over him. Never got to play for championship. Yes, he is. Giants doing that'd be cool. Yep. Yeah, Bo Chili's aware before World Series. Yeah, but he's really good. Steve Owen above Coughlin. Yeah, no, I just put a random order. I put a random order. Steve Owen's above Coughlin. I just put a random order on that one. The over in front office role. If he wants to manage, though, the Giants' job is there for the taking. He wants Baldell to become available. Oh, God. Can you imagine? Appreciate you, Tony. Appreciate you, Tony. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. Oh, okay. You know, just going for imaging and evaluation. Kickoff, fill to the goal line, take it out. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Washington, a nice return there to the 33. It's a couple returns for him out to the 30. He's been a very good returner for the Dolphins this season. Just saw him in the Buffalo game last week, and we saw it here. Steelers my rushing coach beat. Buddy Parker, Chuck Knoll, Tomlin, and Cower. Dumb decisions, Brian Callahan. Oh, God. He'd probably just go with a 4 from this year so far. Bochy, easily a Hall of Famer. Easily. I'm a Mets fan. Would I want Alonso to be re-signed? I would. Personally, I would. Parker over Sutherland? Yeah, by a hair. I'm putting Parker over Sutherland. One on the top, one on the bottom. Now motion is Achan. Play action. 2 a middle of the field. High throw, incomplete. Jalen Waddle on the target there. And obviously these receivers for the Dolphins have to step up. There's a flag on the play. Maybe there was a jersey tug. Pass interference. Automatic first down. So Waddle couldn't get to that ball because there was a tug of the jersey. They're going to get that one on Sauce Gardner. And yeah, he's stuck in the back of the jersey. Only had 4. They've had 3 since man walked on the moon. Brian Callen put my future kids through college. Yes. I do want to see him with the Titans because A, he sucks and they're a division rival. And B, it's so good for content. Makes my life a lot easier. Yeah, quote-unquote call him and Parker. Yeah, there's clearly 3 on the list that we all know. Ball the 42. I formation here. Angle motions. Tua, bootleg, play action, fires on the run. That ball's caught. Waddle, can he stay in bounds? He can for some extra yardage. Nice job stopping on a dime to get some extra yards on a first down in Jets territory. I'll show you a 5 games for reward. Yeah, that was insane. Red Sox versus Reds. Also the color red, yeah. Color jerseys, so color rush? Absolutely not. But if you're talking like USC, UCLA, yes, 100%. I would love that. I have like UCLA, USC matchup. Please get JJ send video Mendy. We'll see. I'll trade Sauce Bills for a conditional 7th pick. Play action, Tua, scrambling. He's going to eat the play, gets pushed out of bounds by Isaiah Oliver. No gains, 2nd and 10. Final jump where everyone lost, and that was the only team to win the Super Bowl. Hasn't come back since. Wow. That was the Jets. Yeah, everyone that's chatting right away. Hey, they won a title in the UFL. The original UFL. The original. Oh, no, that was Fossil. That wasn't Shoddy, that was Fossil, right? Fossil won. Did Shoddy win in the UFL? Pass behind the line. Caught and breaks a tackle, but will be brought down to 40. Nice effort there by Oliver after the grab by Westbrook-Akine. Brings up 3rd and 8. Times on the phone, blew her lower right now, as it should be. Most for the Reds making the NLCS, I would say 7. Bob Melvin, the Marty baseball game humping out over. Yep. I think so. Someone gets Browns? Oof. How do we tell him? Boldness rating saying Tamika Brown just jury played to try and win games and then lies back to the media. Boldness rating? 2. That's more like a fact or fiction, but 3rd and 8. What the heck is this camera angle? It's so zoomed in. There we go. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Tua, they're going to send 4. He's going to have time. Steps up. Going to take off and direct traffic. Running for it. Slides down the 35. Will they get a late hit? They will. Yep. That's a shot. Multiple flags fly. Kiko getting a call for that one. That is very, very late. 15-yard penalty and a new set of downs as Daniel comes in out with $1. I'll get you on the interlocking AF. And the N with the star. Yeah, easy call there. That is definitely late. And Tua was sliding on that one. Oh yeah, the official broadcast? Yeah. I've heard bad things about it so far. Green versus Suffer game 1 of LA Cincy must see. Yes, it is. We got Kiko on that one. Yep, he's going down. Makes contact with the helmet. Yep. Tua was sliding. It was a late slide, but still. He was down on the ground at that point. At the very least, it wasn't helmet to helmet, but there was contact. There was contact, at least. Mike with $1. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want to get you the call for? Appreciate you a ton. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you on the call for it. Counts as triple 20 to make the call. Ball to 20. After the late hit. Handoff bounces out of it. And Gordon will be down at the 17-yard line. Gain of 3. Juwan Briggs on the stop. UNC, right? Get you on UNC. Yeah, Phil's back as if I've noticed concussion. Yes. At least he didn't get ejected. So the reason why he didn't get ejected is because he didn't hit him with the helmet. He got him in the head, but he didn't hit him with the head, if that makes sense. He didn't hit him with the head. There was contact to the head, but it wasn't helmet to helmet. Jared Lamar, the NBA? Yes. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Yeah, UNC still got it. Play action. Tua scrambling, fires the drag route, caught at the 10 and waddled down to the 9. Waddling his way down to a goal-to-go situation before Cisco brings it down, but there's a flag on the play. Must have been Ron Swallow, you're in LA. Could be. Could be. College target rules come to the NFL. I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem with that. It's going to be against the defense. It's a free first down. Jets playing very undisciplined football right now. Penalty obviously gets declined. Execute some of the penalties. Yep. And that's clear holding there on Oliver. Clear holding. Trying to set Nick Westbrook-Akine. Not that it matters because you get Waddle on the crosser. Do you think Tyreek retires now? No, but I don't think he plays again for the Dolphins. I mean, target 1, target 2. I'm with you there. 5.5 to go in the pistol. Tua fakes the handoff, pitches it out now to Achane. Makes one, makes a second, makes a third. Achane getting shifty with it. Touchdown, Miami. Back-to-back touchdown drives for the Fins, and Devon Achane finding the end zone on the ground there. Had no rushing touchdowns entering this game. Finds the end zone here, and the Dolphins back up by 2 scores. I'm with you on that one, Daniel. I'm actually with you on that one. 3 is a 2 picks, I can see that. Just making Adams look silly on that one. Tony Adams whiffs on the tackle by the line of scrimmage. Achane then is ahead of steam, and he's off to the races. How's the Watson playing? It's crazy. His longevity at still the high level, too, is insane. Patterson, right down the pipe. $5:20 to go in the third. Dolphins lead by 14. For enough for Aaron Glenn, he has no talent to work with. Yep. It's bad right now. The Jets are not a good team. The Jets and Titans are probably the 2 least talented teams in football right now. It's bad. It's really bad. How's it going, Mike? Appreciate you, man. Think Tyreek, see if he still has his speed next season if he not retire. I think he's going to play another year. Right, Hines said the Generals about 5-12. Yeah, I did not have them do that well this year. I think I had 4. I think he had 4 wins. The secondary for the Jets has been so bad. Marvin Mims, there you go. Broncos up by 2 scores. Thoughts on Vegas in baseball? Surprised by the Giants, but it's the right move. Rangers, I had a feeling it was coming, but Bochy's a legend. Twins, I get, but I don't get why you gave him the extension in the middle of the season. They should have fired about that, but they never should give him the extension. Mets, I'm not surprised by. D-backs, not surprised by. Pirates, I don't know what they're doing. Keep their GM. I don't know what they're doing. How do they want to field? Sue, Mitchell, Elshire, Burfict, Hardy, Romanowski. Hardy was really dirty on the field. Romanowski, yes. Elshire, yeah. I go Elshire, Romanowski, Burfict, Mitchell, Sue, Hardy. Tyreek isn't what he once was, but him on one side where the other is unfair. Yes, it is. Jets signed up for White this season. That's odd. That's odd. And the Jets have a luxury. The Jets just suck. The Jets are just not a good team right now. No, the US did not fire Torrey. No, they kept him. '24-10 Butcher the Giants. I think it's looking like that. I think it's looking like that right now. Again, no Monday Night Football next week. We'll be live after the game is done next week. We'll be live tomorrow for WMA's semifinals Game 5, Fever against the Aces. We'll be live for members-only stream at 6:30 and then a Q&A stream at 7:45. They release practice what? They release 10 again? Oh, man. Kickoff end zone touchback, and the Jets will have good starting field position at the 35. You know how it's going down from week 3. Yep. That was I will say, Fields' last touchdown was a highlight. Like, what was like Bonta's Verfic with no talent? Yeah. It's not wrong. Which Cowboys Ravens play this year? Me too. Yeah. That'll be a fun game. That finished up so far. Dan with a 5. Appreciate you, man. There should be no ties of OTB on time. Each team gets possession. Still tie go to sudden death. I don't like the wasting time strategy. I'm fine with like the UFL shootout rules. I'm fine with UFL shootout rules. I think if you had overtime be on time, the players would potentially die on the field. There'd be so many injuries. There'd be so many injuries if that happened. And the other concern with that, too, is the TV networks were not like that. Especially if it's 2 crap teams and it's the first game of a doubleheader, they were not like that. Taylor, gain of 10 down the sideline, first down at the 45-yard line. Could the Dolphins be a Patrick Ewing theory candidate? I don't think so. I don't think so on that one. Appreciate you, Dan, as always. Get you on the interlocking game, as always. All right. Let's see what else we got here. It's going to change the bonuses, too. Middle of the field. Hall down to the 50. Yeah, the injury was not good. Brings up 2nd and 6. Again, we're not doing overtime tonight, so just keep that in mind with everything. 2nd and 4, or 2nd and 6, I should say, at midfield. After the gain of 4. A 14-3 in the Broncos-Bengals game. Your ties are rare. Yeah, they're very rare. We're in a situation like last year's Clean Fleshenko and 8 OTs. Yeah, that was a destruction on my voice. That was a destruction on my voice. That game was brutal. Just like postseason merge route in 2028. The 2028 season's done. That's a long time. One the top, one the bottom, but it wouldn't shock me at this point. Hall, nothing doing. Bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. And taken down on the play by Tyrell Dodson. It was a fun extra 10 minutes. One play from their own 20, whoever team's closest wins. What about a penalty, though? There was a penalty. Well, there's never a perfect solution to OT. No. I think UFL is the closest. With a conversion shootout, I think that's the closest. Announced for the team is going to be October 8th. I'm excited for that. Fingers crossed everything works out. Fingers crossed it works out. I like the direction it's going with this new commissioner. 3rd and 6. Handoff and nothing doing. They were going 2 plays for 6 yards. Just like last time, they ran on 3rd and medium to get 5, bring a 4th and short. This time they'll lose a yard. Isaiah Davis, nothing. And the Jets will, I think, send the punting team out there. The Jets will send the punting team out there, try to pin them deep, play the field position game. So this one's Corona, all good. My 15 minutes out, it's like a quarter. Yeah, they just want they want it to be done quickly. I'm with you. It should be 15, but Zach's out on the stop, and now you got a punt. Again, they ran it last time on 3rd and 6. They got 5. 4th and 1, went for it near midfield and scored a touchdown. This time, the 3rd down play goes nowhere. They're going to punt this ball away. The very least, it's a decent punt. The very least, Washington fair catches it at the 10-yard line. So Dolphins still in the best starting field position. 41-yard punt, no return on the play. The Florida's back coach makes some ridiculously dumb decisions. I'm with you there. Yeah, it's really about the TV window. That's also why you see the rules the way they are for postseason, because at that point it doesn't matter. Coach, I'll be in the game if not tired for work. I'm going to miss another baseball game. Oh, man. Why is an OT in basketball 12 minutes instead of 5 like it is now? I think the thing with that is because there's enough possessions in basketball. You know what I mean? I think if there was a 3-minute shot clock, it would be like that. It's a terrible product, yeah. We got to get him early at some point, too much going on, yeah. I think the thing with basketball, why is it 5 instead of 12? Because there's enough possessions. Like, you're not touching the ball one time. You're going to be touching the ball in an OT for basketball about 10 times. Minimum 10 times. Probably like 15, honestly. And if there was no shot clock, if there was like a 3-minute shot clock, different story. Tries having Russell Wilson teach our house side, they should. Yeah, he took some shots. I mean, I'd rather see a guy play aggressive than tentative, but obviously he's going to learn. Right now, people can play, yeah. People are going to play no matter what. Right, more than it's going to happen, yeah. I know which one you got. I know which one you want to see. I know that. Will the Jets surpass the Kings playoff drought? I think they will. About 2.5 to go in the third. Chiefs X Trouble, let's go. That game's going to be good. That game actually could be good, which I'm shocked by. Never would have thought. Never would have thought in a million years. We have a better record than the Chiefs after 4 games. I think the thing with this game is that it was an exciting tie, and that it was a nationally televised game between two of the most popular teams in the NFL. That's why we're seeing all the talk right now, compared to other ties. Because this was a primetime game, nationally televised, and all that, between two of the biggest teams in football. And the Jets jumped, so the undisciplinedness continues. Jay Tafele getting called for that one. Former Jaguar, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, former Jaguar. Encroachment on the Jets, and that kind of day defensively for New York. The discipline, awful. Yakisha Nixon standing there watching the dude let the ball catch it on 3rd down instead of going after it. Yeah, the secondary was not good yesterday. Secondary was not good. And protect your body. Yep, that's a big thing too. Who wins their draw first? I would say the Sabre. The Hornets, the Eastern Conference kind of sucks. And the Hornets do have some young talent coming up. I like what they did in the draft. I think the Hornets. Tua, pressured, escapes the sack, throws it after pump faking 5 times, and Waddle incomplete, was wide open. Tua bit rattled on that one. Well, these teams are bad. It's not great right now. Not great right now. Yeah, Hornets. I think definitely the Hornets. Aaron, why did I take this job, Glenn? He looks defeated right now. Yeah, I mean, the talent on this team is lacking. The discipline's lacking. The talent's lacking. Everything's lacking with the Jets. There's like 5, not counting rookies, there's like 5 good players on this team. How is Hunter playing a cornerback? He didn't play a lot yesterday. I don't know what the strategy is right now, because Hunter played 9 snaps defensively yesterday after playing a crap ton the last game. Handoff here gets 2, 3rd and 3. So he's looked good when he's been out there, but he didn't play after the first quarter yesterday, so I have no idea. He's looking fine so far. Right now, he's been pretty average on both sides of the ball, which is fine, but it's going to be a learning experience. It's going to be a learning curve. Again, this is kind of unprecedented, what we're doing. He's been average on both sides of the ball so far. Break the draft first. Sabres for the Jets. Sabres, just because more teams make it. Is the Bills who bad for Glenn? Yeah. I like Glenn. I like him. He was a Jaguars, very good player with the Jaguars. Secondary was a bigger issue for Green Bay than the pass rush. To some extent, yeah. Some extent. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Tua, they send 4. First read, not there. Now flushed out. Escapes the sack. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Broken up. And no flag on the field. Tony Adams breaks it up, and the Jets get a stop. Dolphins punting out the back of their own end zone. Starting to get some pressure now. Washington tried to adjust his route, but the throw was a bit behind, and Adams just gets a hand in there, breaks it up. Bengals should be 1-3. They should be, yeah. Very least 1-2. Not getting a good place for Washington, but could buy him this year? It could. It could. The Cowboys' offense has been good. I mean, we knew that they were going to be good this season. I was never aware of the offense for the Cowboys. The punt here is a good one for Bailey. Field on the 20-yard line. So a 63-yard punt. Jets will get a decent return out of it, but it does flip the field to some extent. So Jets ball 90 seconds to go in the third. If you likewise, see folks, hit the like button, subscribe to this episode, tell the channel, try to go to even more. And we just got a report from Schefter. The Dolphins fear that Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee. So we think it's a dislocated knee for Tyreek Hill. That seems to be the issue. Obviously, it did not look good. We're assuming dislocated knee. Play action at the 36-yard line. Fields, middle of the field, caught. First down in plus territory, and Garrett Wilson goes down the 45-yard line. Again, Fields has not done a lot with his arm today, but that's a nice play over the middle for a gain of 19. Schefter tweet, yeah, if it's a dislocated knee, he's done for the year. Rapport just confirmed it as well. It seems to be around there, yeah. We knew it was something with the lower body. Something with the knee or the ankle. Or the leg. We knew it was something like that. Under 1 to go in the third. I formation. Play action. Fields. Middle of the field. Wobbly throw, but caught. Taylor at the 20. And gets down to the 17. So just 2 plays needed to get into the red zone. Ashton Davis on the takedown after a gain of 28. They look competent now. Yes, they do. And a much better sequence for the Jets these last few minutes. Just a post over the middle of the field. And Mason Taylor makes himself open. The second-round pick for the Jets this year. They have to get a playoff. But it could be the final play of the quarter. Trips to the bottom, one at the top. Everyone's stacked in. Wilson motions out to the bottom of the screen. Back to his left. Fields takes it with 3 on the clock. They send 4. Fields going deep. End zone. Wilson open. Flag on the play. Incomplete. Wilson thinks he caught it. There was a flag on the play. It came as Wilson created some separation. So we got to check who the pass interference is on, and if it's on the Dolphins, did he get the feet in bounds? I thought he did. I thought he got the feet in bounds. There's pass interference on the offense, so that's obviously not going to matter whether or not he caught the ball. So they're going to get it on Garrett Wilson for creating some separation. So 1st and 20. Let's check this again. Working on Jones. Yep, he grabbed... It's weak. Knock on both now because we're going to a concert after this is done. It's weak. He did touch him. Maybe he got inside the collar, maybe got inside the collar. It looked pretty weak. I mean, he did touch him. I don't know if he grabbed inside. I think it was just a nudge. Usually the other one play through. Either way. It's going to be 1st and 20. Right, obviously, it's not DPI. There's no way it was DPI. Jones did nothing wrong with that one. I think that's one he just let go. I think that's one of those he just let go. But it doesn't matter in terms of whether or not he caught the ball. I honestly do not think that was I do not think that was PI. But brings up 1st and 20 at the 27-yard line. Give us a look at many calls. Neither the Jets. Neither do the Jets, to be fair. I like that nickname, I do. And if you like what you see, like button, subscribe to this episode on the channel. Again, I did not see much there. Yeah, that's when you just let go. There's some contact, but it's not impeding what Jones can do on that one. It's not impeding what Jones can do on that one. That should not have been PI. That should not have been PI. Everyone's picking the Dolphins, though, to win this one. Yeah, I think this game is solidifying Zach Taylor's cooked. Yeah. It makes me hate the fact that Jake Browning looked good against us, because he is not playing well. He is not playing well. To the top, one at the bottom, back to his right. Fields, 1st and 20, checks it down to his back. Breece Hall makes the grab at the 22-yard line. Jordan Brooks on the stop, gain of 5. Probably going on 4th. I get it. You're inside the goal line. Meanwhile, flag on the play. Flags are starting to fly this game. The Jets lose it. Personal foul on the offense. So it went from a potential touchdown to now 1st and 35. Who knows when we can streak Browning yet? Well, that's the Jaguars in general. The Jaguars just suck against Jake Browning for whatever reason. His Tyreek injury was bad. It was bad. Their 48-10 win. I was scared from Browning from the 22-3 game. Yep. They're going to get Simpson for... It was the pile on afterwards. It was the pile on after. Second and 20. It was after the play. It's on the pile on afterwards. Brown's to give 18 yards down. Yeah, you can't throw that ball. You can't throw the ball if you're Bo Nix. You can't throw that ball. I guess now they're talking, was this during the play or after the play? Because obviously if it's during the play, it's 1st down. If it's after the play, it's 2nd down. And now they're going to say it was after the play. 2nd and 28. Trips to the top. Now motioning to the bottom goes Wilson. Fields takes it. They send 4. Fields pressure, pump fake. Scrambles out. He's going to take off and run. He will get out of bounds at the 31. Tackled out by Matthew Judon. Jets want a flag, seeing as he was past the white. I don't blame him. I thought he finished the tackle past the white. Let's check this again. Yeah, he's on the white. That should be a flag. That should be a flag. Browns Dolphins probably lose free money. It's looking good so far. That I get the complaints for the Jets. I get the complaints. That should have been a flag. He was on the white. It was way past the white, actually, when he got brought down. You know, runners on the floor has so much protection necessarily, but that should have been a late hit on Miami. Brings up 3rd and 24. The play clock's running down. Got to get this off. They're not going to be able to. Fields wants a reset of the play clock. I don't think he's going to get it. Everything out of sorts right now. And now he gets the reset. They're going to say after all that extracurricular, now he does get the reset of the play clock. So, no timeout burn, no penalty. He gets the reset of that. Two at the top, one at the bottom. Now three at the top, three on the play clock. Fields takes it. They send four. Fields, middle of the field, low throw, and intercepted at the 16-yard line. I think he was down by contact before the return to the 38. No signal yet. Now they're going to say Jets ball. They're going to say hit the ground, and it did hit the ground. No pick. No pick. Now they signal no interception. Fourth down. Oh, man. Well, this is one of those, I don't hate turning a two-score game into a two-score game. I don't hate this. There's still 13 minutes left. 4th and 24. This is one of the few times I'm okay turning a two-score game into a two-score game. This is one of the few times I'm okay with it. Let's let us run the ball. Yeah, should run down to the goal line on that spot. 50 yards for Folk from 58 earlier. I'm okay with this. Folk is money. 24-13. If it was 4th and 8, I'm going for. 4th and 24. I get it. I get it. Still with 13 minutes left. Now, if there were 7 minutes left, probably not. But 13, you still have time for 2 more possessions. And then Dolphins get a field goal. It's still a two-score game. Worst team in the league? Oh, it's Titans. Definitely Titans. Not even close. Not even close. So 24-13. The Jets feel like they let one get away on that one. With the OPI that did not seem like OPI. Then not getting a new set of downs after a hit out of bounds. Feel like the Jets could have got a touchdown on that drive potentially, but they do not after some questionable officiating. Is it going to be at 17? Yeah. Well, the OPI should not have been OPI. And they should have got a new set of downs after the hit out of bounds. 24-13. 13 minutes to go in this one. All ones, this is fire. Yeah, Jet by Paul McCartney in the wings. Yeah, we got to do that. We got to do that. Jet signs both the cheeks. Yeah. Titans are the worst, though. Titans are the worst. You know, it just works. It does. We'll catch you in other money lines this year. I don't blame you. I am right there with you. Until they show me something. I don't blame you. Why can you see if the Jets are in a tradition? I have no idea. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you. I have no clue. Just a Callahan go 0-17 fact. 100% fact. Callahan is that bad. NFL Challenge version of Red Zone? From like 5 years ago? Yeah. Saw that one, but... Oh, you mean like NFL Network when they do the Red Zone? Yeah. Yeah, it's not as good. It's not as good. At least it wasn't when I saw it back in the day. I don't know if it's what they have now. But yeah. Sometimes they're the worst team of all time. They're not going to be now because $76 will be the worst. But they are pretty bad. Bottom 5 and top 5 as of now. Saints, no particular order. Saints, Titans, Jets, Browns with Flacco, and... Panthers. And the top 5 best: Bills, Eagles, Chargers, Bucks, and Rams. He helped out the Bears last year. Yes. Yes, he did. At least excluding expansion. 08 Lions are going to be tough to beat. There was like no games that were remotely in it. The Titans will probably be at some point in a game. Kickoff fielded at the 2-yard line. Taken to the 10, 15, 20. Washington to the 25, 30. And brought down the 33. Another nice return by Washington. He might be the best kick returner in football right now. He's been really, really good. 5 minutes with the fries and bag. Yeah, at this point, he's done. He's done at this point. So first down the 33-yard line. Dolphins get a touchdown. This one should be over. It'll be a 3-score game. You want to kill clock and get some points on this drive. That's a good start. Achane up the middle, keeping it going. And brought down by Tony Adams at the 43-yard line. Gain of 8. Chiefs on top ever this week. They're number 6. They're number 6. If it was a top 6, they'd be in it. Eagles are top 5. Bills are top 5. Chargers are top 5. Rams are top 5. Wait, who did I say? Wait. Who did I say for my top 5? Not the Bucks. Not the Bucks. Probably Lions. Probably actually the Lions. And then Chiefs would be 6. Bucks 7. Stretch play the outside. Achane going nowhere. Brought down at the 40. Sherwood on the stop. Have Brownings get the ball back? Bengals just 3 now? I think they did. I think they did. Brownings just not that good. 3rd and 5 now. The last thing you want here for the Dolphins is a quick 3 and out. You want to kill clock. You want to get down the field. If you don't score points, you want to kill time. This is not doing that right now if you don't get the first. I said Bucks 4. Oh, man. Yeah. They're not top 5. No. No. They're good, but they're not top 5 yet. No, I meant to say Lions. And then Chiefs 6, Bucks 7. To the top, 1 at the bottom. Tua fakes the screen. 2nd read not there. 3rd read. Going for it. Overthrown. Incomplete. It's a quick 3 and out. Looking for Waller. He's got 2 touchdowns today, but... Are the Jags at rankings? Oh, probably like 12. Might be 12. Not sure how I feel with the Colts. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about the Colts. I mean, you hung with the Rams. And if it wasn't for Mitchell, you're 4-0. If it wasn't for Mitchell, you're 4-0. I think that was a real test for the Colts, and they proved they're legit. Obviously, it sucks to lose, but that's a legit team. The punt here, fair catch. Whoa! What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? The New York Jets for you. The freaking New York Jets. Fair catching the ball at the 2-yard line. I never killed the idea of Pac-12 over dark. Nope. That's gonna be a crazy game. Fair catch at the 2 with no one around him. Wow. Literally the one thing he couldn't do. Impressive. Legitimately impressive. Legitimately impressive. I don't know why on earth you're even backpedaling inside the 5. There's no one around you. 9 Eastern? Well, that's a player dumb decision. That's a player dumb decision. They're entertaining, yep. Oh, he's calling Dolphins Panthers? Oh. Jets are a Pee Wee football team. Who wins? At this point, probably Pee Wee team. They're not going to fair catch inside the 2. Feel good about the Colts. I think Jags are good too this year. I think so too. I think so too. I don't know what the hell that was. That fair catch is one of the dumbest fair catches I've ever seen in my life. There's no one around you. You're at the 2-yard line. That's legitimately impressive. How bad and undisciplined the Jets look. Yeah, Tyreek, it's bad. Yeah, he's out for the season. Tyreek's going to be out for the season. Possible this was Glenn's fault. I just want content. Yeah. That would be nice. Obviously, the Panthers, fact. Bryce Young is not good. They play this well. If the Panthers just play the way they played this season, was just ready to lose a game, yeah. Legitimately impressive. On the fair catch. I mean, that's one of the worst fair catches I've seen. Tyreek after the season, it looks bad. They think dislocated knee. They think dislocated kneecap. So ball the 3. Okay, it's not the 2, it's the 3. That makes it a lot better. The handoff here, Hall tackled at the 2. I'll lose a yard. Tyrell Dodson on the stop. Dolphins win tonight. Next week, Chargers and Browns are toss-up as is Falcons. Jackson, a tackle made by Parsons should be considered sacked. Why does he care? It's 0 yards either way. Why does he care? It shouldn't matter. Tush push will be banned? Yes, I do. I think this is the final year of the tush push. Because it's so hard to officiate. The touchdown Broncos, 23 in that one. No, it's still bad. It's still bad. I was kidding on that one. 2nd and 11. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Handoff up the middle. Hall runs into his own guy and then brought down the 5 after running into Simpson. Was taken down by Bradley Chubb. Brings up 3rd and 8. And now this drive is kind of a wash. This drive is kind of a wash right now. Like, you want it to be 4-down territory. Because you're down by 2 scores with 10.5 to go. But obviously you're not going for it inside your own 5-yard line. I know you said the best high school team can be the worst team. I'm sure there's one team that beat the Jets. Yeah. Well, there's at least one team that knows you don't fair catch the ball at the 2-yard line. Well, they'll ban the formation. They're going to ban the formation, I think. To the top, to the bottom. Fields, they send 4. He gets rid of it. Caught by Taylor. And he gets the first down at the 13-yard line. That's a big one. Gives the Jets some breathing room. Gives them a chance to keep the drive alive. And now you might operate as 4-down territory. We go for it here? Well, now you have room. Now you have room. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Handoff here. Hall breaks a tackle to the 20. 25 breaks a second one to the 30. And then brought down by the legs by Brooks. Jordan Brooks on the takedown. And now it's 4-down territory for sure. Gain of 17. 9.5 to go. Obviously, we've seen Mike McDaniel's team lose some bad games in prime time. We remember the Titans game 2 years ago. Had a big lead. 14-point lead late in the 4th quarter. Lost that one. Don't want a repeat of that here if you're a Dolphins fan. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left. Motioning over. Goes Arian Smith, the 4th-round pick. Fields. Middle of the field. Incomplete looking for Wilson. Broken up by Jalen Phillips, the 5th-year man. Brings up 2nd down. Formation, as we know, we banned, yes. But Eagles, I mean, Hurts is a crazy good trunk. So that's also why. Hurts will be able to still convert it. Just the formation will be banned. 233 yards versus 23 for the Bengals. That's impressive. That's impressive. Jake Browning is really bad, except against us. For whatever reason, against us, he's phenomenal. But against every other team, he sucks. Trips to the top of the screen. Fields takes it. They send 5. Flag on the play beforehand. Back it up 5 yards. Another flag. Get him with the false start. Because, of course, Jets wearing this here. Favre unis are better than Rodgers unis. Yeah, they're wearing the Rodgers unis. It's like their throwbacks. And that one's caught by Taylor. Brings up 3rd down. That's a Bad Bunny halftime performer. I'm not a fan of Big Bunny. It makes perfect business sense. I think it's a smart move for the NFL. I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy the halftime show. I don't know a lot of Bad Bunny. I'm going to have to listen to him a lot more. Ryan Spence for Rippin. Fiction, but I think they could trade for a guy. I think Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, I think you got to trade at some point. Because this is not good. 3rd and 5 at the 35-yard line. 8.5 to go. It's 4-down territory here. 5 on the play clock. Wilson 2 at the top. 3 on the clock now. Got to get this off. Gets off with 1. Dolphins send 4. Fields pressured. Can't take a sack. Flag for holding. So this one's coming back. Jets get 3. 4th and 2. And you figure McDaniel's going to accept the penalty, make it 3rd and 15. We got laundry and Sullivan. Refs are pull muscle doing hand signals. I've never seen it. Although, hang on a second. Tippmann lost his helmet. This be hands to the face? No, it's holding. It's holding. It was Rice Fields trying to escape. Tippmann lost his helmet. But yeah, he got a whole host of Phillips. He's having a very good game today. Jalen Phillips, again, have a very good game. There also was a helmet that flew off. Tippmann's helmet flew off. Zach Sauer got a whole host of helmet. That should be offsetting in all likelihood. That should have been offsetting. Instead, it brings up 3rd and 15. But it really should have been offsetting. Another one the Jets feel like got away from them in terms of penalties. One at the top, two at the bottom, back to his left. 3rd down here. Fields takes it. They're going to send 4. Fields, crosser, caught. Wilson. They'll get some of the yardage back, brought down to 31. Dolphins been very good tackling, getting yards, getting the receivers to not get yards after the catch today. And now the Jets, I think you have to go for it here. When Ken O'Brien got her on a high five, oh yeah. There's some crazy ones. There's some crazy stories. And they're taking the offense off the field. Wow, they are not going for it. They are not going for it. They should. We're at the 31. You took 4 minutes off the clock that drive to get nothing. You're still down by 2 scores. They're going to punt it away. And at this point, the Dolphins take 2 minutes off the clock. We're going to have 5 minutes left to get 2 scores. And that's not a good punt. It's like a good bounce at least. Well, why are they touching it? It was go. Oh, my God, the Jets are morons. The Jets are morons. Why would you touch that ball? Why are you touching that punt? It was rolling in your favor. The ball was rolling in your favor. Why are you touching it there? Let it keep rolling. It was bouncing that way. Not this way. It was bouncing that way. You could have... Oh, my God. Do they practice special teams in New York? Do they practice special teams? I genuinely don't know if they practice special teams. I genuinely don't know if they practice special teams in New York. That punt was rolling in their favor. Got a good bounce. But no, let's end that. As Achane, stretch play. Breaks some tackles, 1st down, and gets out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So the Dolphins can take 2 minutes off the clock here. In worst case scenario, Jets get back with under 5 to go, needing 2 scores. Refresh your wings, yep. My God. This team sucks. Wow. There's like 5 good players on this team with an IQ above 20. There are 5 players on the Jets that are good that have an IQ above 20. Everyone else sucks. W.T. Harlem is their first season. Hand off here. Achane breaks a tackle. 1st down. Breaks a 2nd tackle. And Gardner brings him down the 40-yard line. And now they're in field goal range. So, good job. The decision to punt really worked out. Same as the Giants signed football last week. Jeez. My God, this team sucks. I thank God. I hate... Like, obviously, it's been rough as a Jaguars fan, but growing up in New York, I thank God that I saw them on TV and was like, I'm not going to be a Jets fan. Because this is just unbearable. Connor with a 5er. Jets and Saints are front runners for the Phil for Fernando sweepstakes. I like that. I like that. No, I'm a Jaguars fan. I'm a Jaguars fan. Stretch play here, Achane. He loses the ball. I think the Dolphins fell on it. Gino Savinea recovers at the 37. Almost to break the Jets seeded. Which game you wanted? You wanted Clemson, right? You wanted the Clemson game. This game is on ESPN. Demonstration for the punt? I might. Which game do you want, Connor? Appreciate you, man. Forced fumble there by Quinton Williams. One of the 5 good players on this team. The Jets are the circus of the league. Them and the Titans. But you wanted Clemson, right? If I'm not mistaken. Just want to double check on that one. Well, I've been sitting at Walmart for over half an hour. Somebody at Walmart didn't see me checked in. That's insane. How do they not see it for half an hour? One on the top, one on the bottom. Ingle in motion. Tua fires in the flat. It's called stay in bounds here. Stay in bounds, and he will, down to the 18-yard line. Nice job there in the flat. Open is the tight end Julian Hill for his first grab of the day. In the red zone out the 18-yard line. Yeah, he gets Clemson. That's what I thought. Appreciate you, man. In the red zone here. 4 minutes to go. How excited football was intentional sabotage for Brian Dable to get Dart to start next week. I don't know about that, but Russell Wilson's performance in that game helped. Handoff here to the side. Don't go out of bounds. He will not. H.A. loses the yard, and the Jets should take a timeout here. The Jets should take a timeout here, and they will. Okay, there's someone with a brain on this team. Boy, calling Walmart in solidarity. 2 left. So the Dolphins, worst case, they get 3 points on this drive. 27-13. You'll have 3.5 left to score 2 times and get an onside kick, which is why I was not in favor of punting the ball in 4th and 10 down by 2 scores. But a touchdown ends it. Makes it a 3-score game. Best my match, it should. Who's the Jets head coach? Aaron Glenn. Well, he's been there. This is 4th game. But they look undisciplined. They look like they're a mess. I don't know what they're coaching right now. Like, this is bad. This is bad. This is not a well-coached team right now. There is no awareness. There is no awareness on this team. Like, I don't know what they do. I mean, Glenn talked a big game in terms of accountability and new culture, new era and all that, but I don't see it. Not yet, at least. If I nickel for every time a Colts player let go the ball before across the end zone. Yep, it's twice in 2 years now. Not as exit pump, but give you a reason to vent about how poor led the Jets to coach. Yeah, I might do the 4th and 10. Is it Aiden Merchant? Yeah. Won't Glenn keep his job? Well, I'm not saying you don't fire him after 4 games. Yeah, I don't know if he's good or not. I don't know if Glenn is good. After the season, it's a different story. But after 4 games, you're not firing him because then no one will want to go to the Jets at that point. It's like, oh, this coach, we have an owner that fired a coach after 5 games last year. Now a coach after 4 games this year. Yeah, I think this one, yeah. 2nd and 10. 3 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Tua. Slam pass incomplete. I think there was a guy down the field. There had to be a guy down the field. 100%. Jonah was like 5 yards down the field. And that's going to stop the clock, too. They should decline this penalty. This will be a legal man downfield. It can only be a yard down the field, and Jonah, the man who recovered the fumble earlier on the drive, he was a solid 5 yards down the field at the 15-yard line. This should be a penalty, and obviously the Jets should decline this. There is no foul. Wait, what? I mean, not that it would matter. The Jets would have declined it anyways. Aaron Glenn's confused, but it's a moot point. You're going to decline the penalty anyways. Aaron Glenn is one done. He could be. He could be. One Salah gone for 23, one gone for 22. Well, Salah was fine. I mean, he never should have done it. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. I don't know why Glenn is even like confused on that. He was going to decline it anyways. It makes no sense to accept. Handoff here. They're just trying to get the Jets to burn a timeout, and they will. A 17. H-Chan. And the Jets will... What the heck are they doing? They're not taking a timeout. What? Why are they not taking a timeout? Well, Jets decline. Now, please tell me it was a clock error. They wasted 10 seconds before taking a timeout. What? Please be a clock error. Okay, it was. Okay, it was a clock error. Never mind. Clock error. 3:36. Why are the Jets decline in that spot? Because the clock is stopped. Legal man downfield is a 5-yard penalty. So you bring up 2nd and 15 versus 3rd and 10. You need 10 yards on one play versus 7.5 on 2. And you could save a timeout. No, dumb decision. He called the timeout. It was a clock error. ESPN screwed up. It was a clock error. Don't worry. Glenn didn't waste any time. He called it right away. They'll have 1 timeout left. 36-yard try for Patterson. Undumb decision. It's a 14-point game. Patterson's imperfect today. 27-13. All right, here's the game plan. The Jets don't score on this drive, we call it. The Jets don't score. I've got a date with the Jonas Brothers tonight. You don't start at ESPN yet. Or the stadium clock operator. So it's hooked up to that. No, not dropping yet. Not dropping yet. They don't score here. They don't score here, I'm dropping. Yeah, Jets should fire. So, yeah, there's like 5 good players on this team. It is nuts. They are so... It's like they've never played football, some of these guys. Like, these are like basic stuff. It's not that they're bad. They are bad. They are bad. But these are basic things that they're doing that are just insane. The fair catch at the 2, not letting the ball bounce on a punt. That was in your favor. Fielding that ball on the goal line. He would have got at the 35. Oh my God. How dumb is this team? They're going to get at the 30, but you kill him. How dumb is this team? That ball was in the end zone. Let's waste 10 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to be valuable at any point. Yeah, we get it to the 38 at least. How dumb is this team? Okay, get 3 extra yards. Whoop-de-doo. The ball was going in the end zone. On the fly. Let's take it out of the end zone here. When time is of the essence. Kill 10 seconds. My God. Special teams. Oh, they're putting the special in special teams today. They are putting the special in special teams. This team is impressive. Like, my God. This is some of the worst special teams I've seen. Joshua the 2 or Oregon could be the Jets. You know, at this point, the special teams. Fields, pressured, dumps it off, caught, Hall to the 45, down to the 47. Which game do you want, Joshua? Appreciate it, man. Dumbest Jets the whole game? Just as a franchise. Dumbest Jets as a franchise. Which game do you want to get you on the call for, Joshua? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. 2nd and 2. 3 minutes to go. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Fields takes it. Give me Wisconsin, I'll get you on it. Fields, pressured, stepping up. He's going to dive for the first of the 49. Clock's going to run, though. Dumbest on the Tower Jets team tonight. Yep. Really, for the Dolphins, anything middle of the field is fine. As long as it's not more than 20 yards, anything middle of the field is more than fine. Anything middle of the field is more than fine for Miami. First downs are fine, as long as they don't allow more than like 25. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Fields, they send 5. Fields, pressured. Fires to the sideline. Wobbly throw, tipped, incomplete, broken up. And a nice job there getting a hand on that one by Rasul Douglas. 2:33 to go. My God. This team is... Pass is caught over the middle of the field. First down for the back. Davis to the 35-yard line. Gain of 14. But again, that's fine for Miami. The Jets only have 1 timeout. This is fine for them. So you make fun of the Jonas Brothers for lackluster... Yes, that was a crap solo. Well, that wasn't Jonas. That was Nick Jonas. That was Nick Jonas. I think I'm close. They send 4. Gino. Fields down to the 23. I said... My brain is fried. I'm crashing out with this one. I'm crashing out. I saw 7 and just said Gino. My God. My brain is crashing out at this point. We go to the 2-minute warning. Holy cow. It's been that kind of game. I think I know why the Jets aggravate me so much. Not only they probably ran coach with their close teams where I grew up and made want to be a Jaguars fan. Yep. Yeah, especially when Gavs to make me angry. Yep. Bad football makes me angry. Like, you should see what when Trevor Lawrence did the, when Trevor Lawrence threw it over the middle of the field for 2 yards on 2nd and 5 yesterday with no timeouts in 15 seconds. And when he ran out of bounds with 2:40 left and the Niners having no timeouts. Oh my God. Jets are Swiss 720 is a moral victory? No. No, the Jets, there's no moral victories. There's no moral victories. They just suck. There's no, I mean, I guess it's a 3-hour flight back, so they can feel less sucky about how much they suck, but at the end of the day, they still suck. And if it wasn't for the Titans, it'd be the suckiest sucks whoever sucked. You need a lot of passion for the We appreciate you, Justin. Appreciate you. Love comment make our lives better. Yep. Yeah, when they're making an entire dumb decision about the team, I mean, this is some of the worst special teams I've ever seen. Just the 0-6 the next 2 games, Cowboys, Broncos, yeah, it's bad. It's I hope Wisconsin better than the Jets. Can't be worse. Can't be worse. As long as it's not Woodstock 99 or The Who at Cincinnati, 79. The bar is basically that at this point. Willie Johnson's awful, yep. Don't have enough disposable income. Make sure by second A&F versus N with start deficit. Defeat Paul Print overlapping NC. Well, we got one more day on this one, too. We got one more day on this to make the call. It's the Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, yep. Because you Packer fans should be considered child abuse. At least they're good. At least the Packers are good every year. For the most part. They don't really have too many bad seasons. I mean, their worst season in the post-merger era is 4-12. Like, that's impressive. Your worst season's 4-12. That was an average year for me. For, like, the entire 2010s, the average season was 4-12. That's their worst season. 55 years of failure. Problem is that YouTube has upload limits. So the reason why Tree can't make that video is because there are upload limits on YouTube. You can't upload a video that's more than 24 hours long. So if it wasn't for that, I think he would do that video. The problem is that you can't upload a video more than 24 hours. This run thing is good. Yeah, Jaguars Chiefs, I'm impressed by. I'm impressed by Jaguars Chiefs. Could actually be very, very good. And obviously, we're going to be live after the game. We're not going to be live during the game. Jacksonville playoffs 25 is failure? No, it's not. We have no... this is like an insane season so far. But it's not a failure. It's not a failure for the Jags to make the playoffs. I mean, we're balling right now. This is like... we're exceeding expectations. Yeah, an average season is rough, yes. Trevor wants Tom Brady dumb quarterbacks. Yep, he is. All right, 1st and 10. 2 minutes left. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left here. Yeah, if they don't score this drive, we're calling it. Fields, they send 5. Sideline, wobbly throw, incomplete. Only for Josh Reynolds. His first target of the game. Says a lot about the Jets when Josh Reynolds is your guy in a 2-minute spot. He was with the Jaguars. He was not good with Jacksonville. And he's your go-to guy in a 2-minute drill. That says a lot. Could Ohio University be the Jets team? Yes. At this point, yes. So come on, is the Cowboys season fall if they miss the playoffs? I like Tebow, yep. One of the top 2 about. You do know about overpaying people losers. You do know about that. Fields going deep, end zone, 1-on-1. Wilson. Did he get the feet in bounds? He held on. Holy cow. Okay, Garrett Wilson's one of the 5 guys that doesn't suck on this team. What a play. Will they go for 2? There's a strategy going for 2 down by 8. Let's double check. What a grab by Wilson. One of the 5 guys that doesn't suck on this team. Bobbled it. 1. Ooh, okay. Where does he get control? Where does he get control? Let's see. I know some of this game, this whole special teams has been done today. 1. Where does he get control? That second foot might be touching the white. It's going to be close. I think that's a touchdown. I think it's a touchdown. They're reviewing it. They're going to leave the offense out there to go for 2. And that's good. Heck of a grab by Wilson. Heck of a grab by Garrett Wilson. His 3rd of the season. For Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the year. 90% agree with the call. Touchdown. It will go for 2 down 8. Oops, my clock is running. Handoff. Fields keeps it himself. Nice read option. Nice read option. The 2-point try is good. And are we going to get shades of the Dolphins-Titans game from 23? Jets, I'm using Jet by Paul McCartney in the wings. Okay, so they have a timeout. You got to go onside kick, though. You got to go onside kick. Man. So you got to go onside kick. Obviously, if you kick it off deep, that would make no sense. So if you kick it off deep, you're going to get back with like 10 seconds. So you have to declare onside kick. Now, there's only been one successful onside kick this year, Cardinals, Panthers. But desperate times call for desperate measures. If you get the onside kick, you're fine. If you don't get the onside kick, Dolphins Can take it down. Let's see, 145, 141, 137. Subtract 80 from that. Yeah, they can take it down a lot. They can take it down a lot, but you got to go onside kick here. And Jets only have one timeout at their disposal. The onside kick, going to the far side. Goes 10 yards, but recovered by Miami. Miami ball at the 45-yard line. Best winless team? 17 Browns. Now luckily lose by one score because you get backdoor ones like this. Yes. Well, the Jaguars won. When I said the Jaguars won, those, like, there are legit one-score games and not legit one-score games. This is a not legit one-score game. When I was talking about the Jaguars losing one-score games, like, those games, there were none like this. Steve X fan, yes, I'm a season ticket holder. Yeah, watch Aaron Glenn do Simmons, Ben Johnson. Oh, man. Didn't want to see it yet. Yep. Ball the 45-yard line for Miami. 1:48 to go. The Dolphins can run 3 times and pin them deep. Handoff up the middle. Achan. Stuffed. Jets burn their first. On the first down, they burn their final timeout. So, Dolphins run a play, get it down to 140, 40 seconds off. You have 2 timeouts, you can take it at 0 if you want. Wait, what the heck? What was that muff punt? I've never seen that before. I've never seen a muff like that. I have never seen that before. What is the rule on that? I've never seen a muff punt like that in my life. I've never seen a muff like that in my life. What is the rule on that? Handoff here. They're going to go kick catch interference, I think. Gain of 2. 3rd and 8. You're going to end the stream as soon as the game ends? Yes, I am. Could always do the Jets fight next week. 17. Jets get the ball back? No. No, Dolphins got back. I'm talking Broncos Bengals. It was like the strangest muff punt I've ever seen in my life. He muffed the punt, but he never dropped it. And the Bengals, like, the guy just yanked it out of his hands. I can't show the video, but it was really funny. You know, it should be, like, once you bobble it once, that should be it. I don't think that should be catch interference, fair catch interference. 3rd and 7. 2 under center. They'll get it off. Ollie Gordon to the 46-yard line. So lose 3. 4th and 11. Yeah, 17:38. Yep, a Fetty Wap. The Dolphins will take it down. You could get a quick kickoff. If you don't want to risk a block, you could obviously just run out of the back of the end zone. Not with your punter, but with like a running back. Just then burn some time. And take the safety. I know you're pretty far back. You could do that here. You could do that. 12 seconds. Miami calls a timeout. Projected win is 2.5 to 1.5. Perfectly balanced. 12 seconds. You get the punt off. They have time for one play. All right. Get the punt off. And then the Jets need a miracle at this point. We've seen crazy Jets Dolphins finishes before on Monday Night Football. A miracle in 2000, but this might top that if they can somehow erase a 14-point deficit with this little time left, considering the field position here. Gonna punt it off. Quick kick. Jets have a returner back there. He'll let that one bounce at the goal line. Oh, that is beautifully done. That is so beautifully done. 2 seconds left. Somehow not a touchback. What a job by Bailey. One of the best punts you'll ever see in that spot. I will say this much. I've watched a lot of football in my life. This would be the greatest play in the history of the NFL if the Jets score here. What a punt. Bailey pins him deep. If the Jets can go 98 yards in one play with 2 seconds left, it would truly be the greatest play in the history of the NFL. Time for some pitchy woo-woo. Fields, slant to Wilson. Wilson bobbles it at the 5. He's got no one. He's running in his own end zone. Now reverses field to the 10. To the 15, 20. Fields it to Taylor. Taylor stiff arms a man. Rucker to the 30 and loses the ball to the forward lateral. That's the ball game. Dolphins win 27-21. That's your final. Sign off now. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Dolphins win by 6. See you guys tomorrow for some videos and stream members only at 6:30 Eastern time and WMA at 9:30. Appreciate you guys a ton. JJ sign off. Dolphins win. Bye.